I might have to get a ring light. I'm not gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? Maybe, maybe not. Let's go, man. Let's get into it, though. It's gonna be a good live right here, man. We already a minute in. You know what I'm saying? This is just, sometimes I have to think about what the topic is gonna be, and I want the topic to be as personal as possible because there's so many different ways that guys get trapped in life. And let's just start off by saying that's the number one thing women are not attracted to is a man that's trapped in life. So we can start off right there, but um, this, I don't like this. The Weekend. I don't really listen to him. What's up, One View? I think it's one song by The Weekend that I like though. Not that timeless shit. Three views in the chat. How y'all feeling tonight? I'm trying to find that. I need to find it. I guess we'll just. Three views in the chat. Y'all say what's up to me. 6 views. What's up? What's up? What's up? We about to get into a good topic. I'm saying I'm bringing it in with a little music. And if you try and stop me, I'ma stop you if you run up. I be on my grind, sundown, sun up. And if it ain't about music, then I don't get no fuck. I don't really care about nothing but the music. If I see a shot, I want to shoot, then I shoot him. I said, do the game, I'm a straight A student. And if you want to challenge that, bitch, let's do it. Man, I don't even know who that is. What's good? What's good, Android? How you feeling today? Tonight. You know what I'm saying? What's up, non-viewers? Y'all go ahead and hit that like button. It's Game Like Will. I'm about to get into these topics real quick, man. I'm about to get into these topics. What was it that I was missing?
Alright, man. First of all, why this shit moving so slow, man? Come on, Satan, stop fucking with me. Talking about sign out, try again. What's up, Rusty Bucket? How you feeling today? This shit talking crazy right now. Hold on, man. This don't never happen no other time. I'm doing good. How you doing? We're about to get into today's topic if this phone stop acting crazy, man. That's good. Where you from? Go ahead, hit the like button for me, man. Ain't nobody like up yet. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind the slow grind, but as long as we grind. What's up, 14 views? Everybody in here, please hit that like button. Okay, shout out to PA. I'm not too far. Y'all hit that like button, you know what I'm saying? Please like up, subscribe if you're new to the channel. Yesterday I went live for like, I love the hearts, thank you. Yesterday I went live for like 3 hours or something close to that. Didn't get no subscribers, you know. I'm what the fuck? Where my new subscribers at? But if y'all new to this channel, definitely subscribe. Continue to pump them hearts. You know what I'm saying? We got a good topic tonight. And we're about to get straight into the topic. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for the subscription, Rusty. Shout out to Rusty, man. Shout out to PA. Like I said, I might even move to PA for real, for real. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like I think it's a place called Beth something. Beth, what's it called? Beth something. Man, this phone is bugging. I'm trying to get to this information and this shit just fake loading. Like, I bet. All right, let's go. All right. Damn. Shout out 10 people in here, man. Why everybody not talking? All right, so today, yes, Bethlehem. Yes, exactly. I might fuck with Bethlehem, man. Have you ever been there? Let me know. You like it out there? Like, you know, what part are you from and stuff like that? Mhm. I like to travel, so y'all gonna start getting more travel vlogs and that, you know what I'm saying? And I think the YouTuber Taekwondo is from PA, if I'm not mistaken. You know, I know he do dating coaching and stuff like that too. So I just be trying to, you know, media. I never heard of that. That's what's up though. Shout out to media. You know what I'm saying? I heard Bethlehem got like good rent. Like, you know what I'm saying? Good rent and stuff like that. Um, like get like a little apartment for like what they say, 1,000 a month, you know what I'm saying? Something like that. It's like close to Wilmington. See, I don't know none of those names. I would be totally lost. You know what I'm saying? And I could take the train to PA. Like, let me see, watch this. How long will it take me to get to Bethlehem, PA on a train? Four hours? For about 4 hours. 'Cause I'll have to also use the bus and shit too. Let me ask you, Rusty, do you travel? Thank you for I love the love. Continue to crank these hearts. I don't know if that's you, Rusty Bucket, but if it's you, let me know because I will make you a moderator. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even know I needed this. I needed this apple juice right now. Because I just took a little nap that just woke me up a little bit. But man, this is going to be a great. That's you. I'm going to make you a moderator. You're the only person in here right now. And all my other moderators are probably asleep or doing something. I got at least like 12 moderators. That's the crazy part. I don't just make just anybody a moderator, but if I feel like you are human and you're not a troll, you know, and then the conversation flow, I'm not going to like take it 10 years to just make you a moderator. You feel me? And you're in PA, so you're not really far, so it's kind of like just, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes this is called social media for a reason, right? People don't know how to work social media. So people think most humans, they think they got to meet someone in real life. Like we're back in like 1995 or 2000s, early 2000s for them to like I know people who some of their best friends actually came from offline. Like I'm not even gonna lie, like literally roommates, people they roomed, you know, the same people who get online, the same people you cross paths with outside. Yeah, I travel a lot, and yeah, that's me. I bet. So, what's the best places you've traveled and why? Now, while Bucket responds, I'm gonna actually um get into today's topic, which is don't ever compare yourself to another man. That's a straight booby trap from hell. And I honestly feel like I tell y'all guys to journal every day. And I honestly believe when I journal, I lose the comparison to the to the world, like because our six senses, our senses get us in trouble. Our eyes, our ears, our smell, when you're around other people, you naturally do that comparison thing, and I think that that's the most toxic thing you could possibly do. Even when it comes to finding a woman and finding a mate and growing in life, those things are all snipped the second that you start looking at what somebody else got and trying to be like somebody else and trying to do what somebody else do. And it's so easy to fall into that trap because as a human inside of a matrix, you really can't really keep track of when you go into comparison because humans, the way the world evolved, we were raised in little apartments in little neighborhoods with our 10 friends that we knew, playing sports, which was a comparison and contrasting thing logically, right? Seeing who had the best looking girlfriend, the best looking car, and all of that really stupid stuff, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? Okay, you got a YouTube channel. That's what's up. Everybody subscribe to Rusty. Even if y'all see this video tomorrow or whenever you see it, sub up. LOL, thanks. I'm just learning about streaming and stuff. Yeah, streaming is mad popular, hot right now. You know what I'm saying? I stream on certain apps, but not on like Twitch. But I know a girl I met that lived around the corner. She stream on Twitch and shit. But it's a lot of people going to Twitch right now. And to be honest, I'm not opposed to it. I had the app on my phone many times, and I sometimes watch like Kai Cenat and like Ty Lil and all them guys, Duke Dennis, DG, all them guys. But in reality, the only reason I don't be watching because I'm like, bro, I need to be making my own content. You know what I'm saying? Like it's kind of like, I mean, for the last 10 years, I've really been enamored with these guys' content. No Diddy, like not even like everybody, but like DDG, Kai Cenat, like those are guys who I was watching before they blew up. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Once you do that, it's like you subscribe, you wait for them boys to drop some shit. Like DDG was super, super, super entertaining when he first started, and he still is for some reason just super good at creating like the hype with the video. Like he'll make you feel like he just mad entertaining. I don't know how he do it. But I think anybody could do it with the right people around them. Like Kai Cenat, he started in college. Like if I would have started when I was in Job Corps, I could have used that as leverage. You know what I'm saying? When I was in a relationship, I could have used that as leverage. You know what I'm saying? Like, because people are nosy, you know what I'm saying? So they like that shit. But it just so happens I'm doing everything off the muscle right now. I'm doing everything 10 toes on the ground with no help. And I think that I needed that one thing in my life because I really didn't want to blow up or do anything and be like, damn, I wouldn't have been able to do this if it wasn't for them or if it wasn't for him or her. Like, and it wasn't even on no selfish shit, you feel me? It was really on some like, it was really on some like have to see this shit through type shit. Like build your own platform type shit. You know? Cause when I first started, everybody be looking for that good collab and all that shit. Yo, what's up, Jay? Jesus saves. I notice people come in here in waves. There's 12 people in here right now. Y'all hit that like button, like and sub up. You know, I'm a lifestyle, I'm a dating coach. Right now we're about to talk about how comparison can lead to failure and usually does. I'm gonna give y'all a list of ways comparison leads to failure, plus examples so you can see how it plays out. I've been to Poland. That's my country. That was my favorite place, I think. Oh, you from Poland? You say that's my country, or you saying that's so you traveled to a whole different country? Yeah, that's all good stuff, man, for sure. See, I never left the country, you know what I'm saying? We in the, you know, we close right now. It's 3:40 over here too. You say you think you gotta go? Rusty Bucket. What's good? Spawn in this motherfucker, man. That's another mod in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Moderator. Spawn. I just made Bucket. I just made Bucket a moderator. I always like to let my moderators know each other. Maybe I'll download that game one day. You gotta let me know what it's all about. This guy, let me know what it's all about. I'm not opposed to. I play chess every day, or every other day. I ain't play it actually today, but I might now that I said that. So the number one thing why you never compare yourself to another man is it erodes confidence. How is it fun? What is it about? It erodes confidence. So the mechanism for that is when you compare yourself to a guy on Instagram who has a six-pack or a flashy lifestyle, which I know y'all did before, you feel less than. You feel less than. When you compare yourself to Duke Dennis, when you compare yourself to fucking CB, Chris Brown, or Trey Songz, or one of these guys who've been fucking bitches for a long time, you naturally feel less than. The effect is instead of being present with her, your mind is on, I don't measure up. And y'all don't even understand that shit. Cause I didn't really understand that shit. Cause it's subconscious. You literally carry that inside of you like, damn, like, am I good enough? Like, da 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 da. Not saying I always thought like that, but I kind of did in a way. It's very subtle. Um, you can never have comparison in your cup when you're dealing with these women. You have to let go of the idea that other guys are even comparable to you. It doesn't make any sense. That's literally a ball and chain. It's literally gonna weigh you down. It's literally gonna make you weird. It's literally gonna make women be like, I don't know. It's just something about him I don't really like. I don't know what it is. It's gonna make you a nice guy. It's gonna make you walk on eggshells. It's gonna make you not take risks, which is the number one thing you got to do to make her feel like, okay, I could lose this guy any moment because he, you know, he's a bad boy or he don't really care. You're gonna lose your edge, and worse than that, you just not gonna have, you know, game at the end of the day. You can play as tanks, planes, tanks. They go up from World War II to now they tanks and are in like a team deathmatch ships. Yeah, I mean, I'll see about it, bro. I don't really play war games, even though chess is, I think, a war game. I don't know, but I don't really, you know what I'm saying? I don't be having time, bro. Like for the games that you really gotta really sit down and really, really, really lock in, where you really, really, really gotta lock in and you really, really they it's just especially on the phone. I could see if it was on a PS4 or some shit. PS, you know. I like that type of shit because then it's like more like a movie, like. But we'll see, we'll see, we'll see, we'll see. So example of this, fellas, would be you're on a date, but you hesitate to touch her hand because you're thinking she probably likes guys with nicer cars. In turn, she feels your hesitation as insecurity. She can feel things that you are not even thinking about. That's bubbling inside of you. That's happening within. Average guy has zero game. When then this is called inner game. This ain't even just game. This is inner game. That's why if you go back to look at some of my old videos, yo, this guy, if you still in here, subscribe right now. Like I said, I still might download that game, but subscribe right now. It's so easy to compare yourself, and this is what I'm trying to get y'all to really realize. And I pray to God that y'all who watch this video back, y'all just be like, okay, yeah, like, because you know, sometimes videos are like through and through. Like I said, some people content, they do it, they might rehearse it and tell the girl to act this way, to act that way. My content's more about advice and tips, so I could really slow down on a moment and let y'all know. I pray that y'all really do realize that comparing yourself to another man is a sin. That's the one thing in the Bible that, I mean, probably in there somewhere. Let me see. In the Bible, what verse lets you know not to compare yourself to another man? Because I'm sure it's in there somewhere. You just can't do it. Like I found in my life, it doesn't work. You don't grow. It doesn't help you. Not with money, not with women, not with confidence, not with looks, not with game. Not, I mean, the list goes on to infinity and beyond. Good question. The Bible doesn't use the word comparison the same way we do today, but it warns repeatedly against measuring yourself by others instead of walking in your own calling. Number one, Galatians 6:4-5, NIV, NIV. It says, each one should test their own actions. Then they can take pride in themselves alone without comparing themselves to someone else. For each one should carry their own load. Clear instructions for that will be focused on your own path, not measuring against another man. The second one is Corinthians. It says, we do not dare to classify or compare ourselves with some who contend themselves. When they measure themselves by themselves and compare themselves with themselves, they are not wise. Damn. Oh my God. I don't think y'all heard that shit. Oh my God. So much game in the Bible when you really, like, again, if you have like what is, I like to call, if you're a salesman, you know the term pain point. Even when y'all deal with women, I pray that y'all, well, I hope, I'm gonna stop saying the word pray. I hope that y'all find the word pain point, because the word pain point could get you more women, because every human being has what is known as a pain point. If you locate the woman's pain point, it's more useful than just trying to call her beautiful or some shit. Because most humans have a pain point. And as a communication coach, as a dating coach, I'd much rather talk to a woman without making it negative. Because see, it's easy you talk to someone about their woes in life that you make it negative. But walking that thin line and talking to her and validating her pain. That's why yesterday I talked about being a feminist. I'm not telling y'all to be and go protest with the fucking women on the corner. I'm just saying when you go after these women, be conscious that then the average woman today is going to be um ready to go to combat if you just want to fuck. You know what I'm saying? Welcome 11 viewers. How y'all feeling tonight, man? Hit that like button. Go ahead and sub up if you're new to the channel. I'm Game Like Will. I go by GLW, GL Dub. And today we're talking about comparison, being a thief of joy. What's up, Sean York? How you feeling tonight? How y'all feeling tonight, man? Welcome, 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 man. It's really early. It's really only 3 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? I took a little nap before this, so I felt like it. You wake up, you're like, you go to sleep at like 11, you wake up at like 3, and you're like, damn, like, is it 5 o'clock in the morning? And it's only 3 o'clock. So shout out to Washington. How you doing, Kimberly? How you feeling tonight? Shout out 18 views in the motherfucking chat. Y'all go ahead and sub while you in here. I'm a lifestyle and dating coach. I'm here to give game and give confidence and give youth and thought. You know what I'm saying? You never should get old and wither in the brain area. You know what I'm saying? Hey, stop with the AO shit. Outer space guy. So you should never compare yourself to another man. And even in the Bible, it says, so we're going to read these last 2 Bible verses and we're going to get back to the point. Exodus 20:17 says, in the 10th commandment, it says, you shall not covet your neighbor's house or anything that belongs to your neighbor. See, this goes for you guys who every time your homie got a girlfriend, you just like can't help yourself but to be like, damn, she fine, she bad. Or even, anything your homie got, anything your neighbors got, like literally your real life neighbors right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? I got a bunch of neighbors. You just see them and you just mind your business. Go about your day, go get your money, go live your life. The Bible could really be used for some real game. I think I'm gonna do more Bible verses. Because we all are spiritual. We all have a spiritual layer to us. And sometimes, because I got a couple different religions that I feel like I resonate with. It's not just Christianity. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. But I did grow up in a Christian household. So, but last but not least, it's 2 more. Proverbs and Philippians, whatever. It says in Proverbs 14:30, a heart at peace gives life to the body, but envy rots the bones. And it says comparison breeds envy, which destroys peace and health. If you're not getting women, it's a good chance you're fucking yourself up in more ways than one. And last but not least, Philippians 2:3 says, do nothing out of selfish ambition and vain conceit, whether in humility, value others above yourself. Rather, in humility, value others above yourself. Instead of comparing or competing, Scripture calls for humility. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not a humilitized person. Like over these last couple of years, I feel like I lost a lot of my humility with certain shit I went through. I feel like my humility, humbleness wasn't really a choice for me. You know what I'm saying? But I think the Bible or any religion could make me a better man, to be honest, just off a general principle. Like, you know what I'm saying? Universal knowledge is never not at our access, our fingertips. Sean York says, it is a sin to practice on squirrels before using it on my, is it a sin to practice on squirrels before using it on my cousin? Is it a sin to practice on squirrels before using it on my cousin? Sean, I thought you was not a troll, but see, you know, you let me down just now. Sean, don't be rude. Thank you, Kimberly. See, we got some people in here who got a heart and a brain. You know, shout out to Kimberly though. Max says, I will find public restroom. I will find a public restroom you consistently use and pee in it strategically. Do it so it's fresh. Map out your area and wash your hands with my pee. Interesting. All right, Burger Shot, motherfucker. Burger Shot, motherfucker. What's good, bro? He said there's some real ones in the chat. Okay. Shout out to Burger. You know, I gotta break y'all names down sometimes. Ain't nothing wrong with the name Burger. You know what I'm saying? But this video is about comparison and how it robs you of your youth and just your game with women. I'm a lifestyle and dating coach for y'all that don't know. And I found that one of the golden nuggets in life is that when you just focus on yourself, women really choose up fast on you. You know what I'm saying? I seen it in real time. It works. If y'all new to the channel, like I said, subscribe. Burger, subscribe. Kim, subscribe. And don't be afraid to continue to, you know, comment, pump hearts, like the video, do all that. You know what I'm saying? Share the video. I'm going to start cash apping y'all $5 just to share the video because we want to get more into the algorithm. You know what I'm saying? Burger says, let me highlight it. Burger says, golden nugget in getting women, be black and have dreads. I mean, that does tend to work. But we're not really, I mean, I do talk about appearance. I do talk about appearance a lot. But I'm trying to give guys inner game. Like this is one of the insecurities that men and again, what you're saying does line up with it because at the end of the day, as within, so without. So when you start feeling good about yourself, you're gonna naturally, like me, I shave my beard. Like a lot of people don't know. If you look at the video, I was watching a video, an old video of mine yesterday. I'm still a handsome guy, right? But my beard was down here. So when I shaved it recently, I got some clippers, shaved it. I'm like, okay, well, I think it looks better. But when I'm looking at the old video with the scruff, it wasn't a bad look. Tortoise to attract tortoise. We really got a troll in here right now, man. Let's move on to number two. Number two, why comparison is gonna fuck you guys up. It shifts focus away from your strengths. Tortaz. I don't know what Tortaz is. What is Tortaz? Is that like a Spanish word or something? Tortaz. Spawn, I'm trying to let them rock. I'm telling you, man, my boys be on go. And man, yo, Jamian, he don't even ask me. He don't even ask me. Like, I just look up and motherfucker be banned. And he be like, hey. But they don't be banned. They just be on timeout for like 5 minute, 3 minute, whatever. It was this chick that was in here, man. She was young too. I think she was younger, like 16, 17 probably or some shit. And she just thought she was going to just be testing me like, and I just was laughing all night. I'm like, I'm trying to be nice. And this guy's just hammering. And I'm like, well, this is good. This is good because I'm not like that. As you can see, I will let people troll. I mean, so I felt like that's why I was like, yo, Jameer, we need to keep you in here. He literally came and asked to become a moderator, and literally this motherfucker was standing on principle. Like y'all will meet him if y'all stick around. But yeah, we got cool moderators that lay back and chill, but it's all still the same. So why does comparison shift your focus away from your strengths? The mechanism to that is you start seeing what others have, not what you bring. Right? You start seeing what others have and not what you bring. There's going to be guys when you get out in the dating pool in the world and you approach 15 women a day like I tell you to, there's going to be women that's texting your phone. And when you focus on yourself and what you got to offer, because it's not just focusing on myself, it's focusing on me, it's focusing on my neighborhood, it's focusing on the stores that I want to, because like say if I'm at Starbucks, right? And I met the chick at Starbucks, then I already know in the back of my mind, this chick, she drinks Starbucks. But you may forget that. But if you're trying to compare yourself to other men, you may not even be able to just look at the simple things. Like, I met the chick at Starbucks. Why wouldn't I ask her what's the drink that she drinks from Starbucks? So that way I could let her know, just in case we don't go on the picnic date that I love to set up, right? I fell in love with setting up picnic dates. But what if it doesn't, what if like I figure out she's not the type that really like, we not about to go on no picnic. Like some chicks is going to be, what I'm trying to let y'all know is everything is not going to go the way you planned. That's what you learn when you get better at game. Just like a chess match. Like you could know what you typically do, but if you play chess against a great chess player, you got to know that that motherfucker could read what you're doing and then do something else on purpose. So you know from what she's given you or the environment has given you, what life has given you, but your observation skills, you're like, well, instead of me trying to be Duke Dennis, instead of me trying to be King 6'8" or whatever the fuck is out here, let me just look at the simple fucking mathematics of the fact I met the chick at the fucking coffee place. And I know because of that, she probably lives in the neighborhood. And because of that, I'm going to set up and tell her, what's your favorite drink? I know I met you here. What's your favorite drink? Or I'm over at this place again today. I'm chilling while y'all texting. You're like, well, by the way, what's your favorite drink that you get from here? And she may tell you, oh, a fucking mocha choca loca doca. And you're like, okay, cool. Well, look, next time, you know what I'm saying? We should go grab drinks together. Or, we should grab a drink. Sometimes it's a layup. It's an easy layup off the backboard. But because you comparing yourself subconsciously to other men, you're so off balance that your mind is not even doing the simplicity shit. There's a lot of great basketball players that they literally ruled the sport, like Tim Duncan, from just the fundamentals. A lot of good guys are just good free throw shooters. A lot of guys that's point guards, they know how to dribble, they know how to assist. That's what they do. A lot of guys like Ray Allen, he catch and shoot. Reggie Miller, catch, dribble a little bit, shoot. Know your position is impossible. KJ, what's good? I don't remember you, but where are you from? How you doing? I don't really remember you. Just gonna keep it real. But it's welcome to the chat. Welcome to the GL Dub community. I always change that last word into something new every time I fucking say it, but the GL Dub room or whatever, where we talk about dating dynamics and social dynamics and lifestyle design and all this good stuff. But I'm telling you, I'm dropping some game. Shout out to Detroit. I think I do kind of remember somebody saying they're from Detroit, or maybe I'm tripping. I say you speaking facts, no glaze. That's what I said. You was outside. Oh, I was live one day and you said I was spitting facts and I was outside. I was live, I think. Man, why do I feel sick though? Like, you feel me? That shit crazy. If y'all ain't subscribed, subscribe right now. Lock in. Hit that like button. share the video. I got $2, matter of fact, in Cash App. So I will Cash App somebody who shares this video. But I don't know if y'all share the video. I think y'all gotta already have. I don't know how that really works. So I might have to take that back. I ain't gonna lie. I asked you your favorite rapper. You said he was Tupac. Yeah, you definitely been in here then if you know that. Where you been at? I don't think I've been seeing you. That's the only reason why you gotta reintroduce yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been going live for the last like 5 days in a row. I think I missed like one day. No, I was playing some music last night, some Tupac shit. And where you from? You know what I'm saying? I'm about to start traveling a lot, doing travel vlogs and stuff. And when I do that, you know what I'm saying, I might pop into, it's only 50 states, you know what I'm saying? So I might, breeze through, you know what I'm saying? Never know. Let me see. So shift your focus away from your strengths when you compare to other people. You start seeing what others have and not what you bring. So like I was saying, when you get out here in this dating pool and you start talking to more women, it's going to be so many other guys, but it's going to be good because what the average guy don't realize, the average guy doesn't realize this. The average guy doesn't realize this one thing, right? It's other guys on the planet, but you're not them. So the average guy subconsciously feels like I'm a guy, even though you are a guy, but you shouldn't think of it like I'm one of them. But see, the way society builds us up is like you start off in school, preschool, and then you do everything every other guy is doing. So naturally, your brain syncs up with like, oh, I gotta be doing everything everybody else doing, and that actually over time, in my personal thought process, it erodes your confidence. Because in a real world, in a perfect world, you would grow up with just your father, and your father would teach you how much you're like him, and by consequence of that holistic thing that's happening, you will naturally not even talk to certain people or tolerate certain things, even if it'll be to a point where a motherfucker could be cool, a motherfucker could be right or wrong, and you still not gonna hang out with them just off the general principle. Because you're so busy looking up to this one person that, not to say they're your God or anything, it's your parent. See, when you are raised in school or some type of constitutional type of vibe or program, like school, it shifts your focus away from your strengths. That starts in school because your strength might be music, your strength might be entertainment, your strength might be arts and crafts. Every human being got strengths. And I'm talking about dating women, but I'm using this as an analogy. You lose your individuality in the nation that we grow up in. Let's put it like that. But I noticed this for me, especially because how do you know what your strengths are with women unless you're talking to a certain amount of women every day or week, per week. And that average, if you talk to 15 a day, that average, you're going to text more women and you're going to have more conversations with more women. And by natural law of momentum and averages, you're just getting better. It's just naturally happening. It's naturally it's evolution. So your strengths, you will naturally see it by the way you're getting them females to react, by the way women text you back faster, by the way, oh damn, maybe I should lay back more because when I lay back, they tend to push up more. Or maybe I should push up sometimes around this point because even though I'm a laid back person, sometimes I got to be aggressive here because it makes me look bad when I don't act aggressive right here. It's like learning how to ride a bike or anything else. You just become familiar with it. It becomes second nature, but you have to have your head in the game. And when you're comparing yourself, to guys who might not even be as good with you than you as with women, but they are more ahead of you financially. Maybe they got a better body than you. Maybe they got a better city they come from than you. Maybe they got a better car, a better family. All of these are things that can be possible and are possible in most cases. It's not until you focus dead on yourself that you quit comparing yourself mentally right here. And then you like, damn, I don't even got to move to Brazil to get a baddie. I could just go to like Atlanta and get one of the baddest bitches in Atlanta. Or I could just like, even in your town, you might not, you know what I'm saying? It's like things start to make sense that don't even really usually make sense. Like, you mean to tell me you can't get a girlfriend in your city? For the average guy that's going to watch this video back, I know it's a lie because you only think that because you're not talking to enough women. You're not really approaching. The average guy that's going to watch my videos is definitely not approaching 15 women a day at all. Right? And if he's doing it, he's fucking up. And if he's fucking up, then he probably going to quit after like one or twice. Like two approaches, he just quit. It's what I call a snaps off. Like a weak tree branch snaps off. It's going to snap off because you have to really give a fuck about meeting these bitches. If you don't care about it, it's not going to work. Because you have to endure through time, because there's going to be a lot of women at first, especially, that just don't see nothing special about you. Because there's not nothing special about you. That's like me going to a basketball court and thinking I'm Allen Iverson. Like, nigga, no, you not. You just got braids. It's called delusion. But it's not until you really go to AAU basketball and you play for 3 summers in a row and you realize you really could compete with guys that's really good basketball players. And that's when you see where you stand. And that's what gives you that leverage over people who never even got in the game at all. But anyway, the mechanism for number 2 would be you start seeing what others have and not what you bring. The effect is you forget the charm, humor, or calm vibe that women are actually drawn to. And the example of that would be, instead of telling a funny story that highlights your personality, you clam up because you're thinking her ex probably traveled more than me. And here's the thing. Women are going to bring up or compare you to other guys. And that's natural, fellas. Not saying they're going to verbally say it. Some of them will. But what I'm saying is the overarching point that I'm making is that women are always judging. They're the most judgmental motherfuckers on the face of the earth. And they're hella picky. And as they should be, right? So like I said, the average guy is going to naturally snap off or fizzle out because he don't got enough endurance. But what I'm saying is, if you do got some endurance and you are a whippersnapper about this shit and a Boy Scout, you're going to really not go door. I mean, you're going to go door to door. You're going to knock and go door to door for real. And you're going to realize that 80% of women are full of shit. They're liars. And eventually they're going to submit if you continue to be a man about this shit. Mr. Tell It, how important is self-amusement in the game? That's really a PUA word for real. Like, you know, I say PUA words from time to time, but that's like one of the most PUA-ish terms in the fucking America, man. Nah, but yeah, self-amusement, I think that's actually the one of the, even though, you know, I'm joking, but that's really powerful. I always say that. I say, me, when I see something I want, I tell myself certain mantra-like words to myself. I would say under my breath or to myself that naturally bring me into more of a present moment. I might say joy. Like, there's other words that I got from other dating coaches, but I would say joy under my breath, like joy. And that's like a reminder, like, to be in that state. And it's also a reminder that no matter how this shit go, I'm gonna enjoy myself. And that puts the woman in a deficit because she really can't stop that shit at that point. So I guess self-amusement is, like I said to start off this video, is one of the a basic, it's a key instrumental basic thing. Like you said, it's important because at the end of the day, if I'm going to be outside approaching 15 women, shouldn't I make it like, shouldn't I like enjoy it? You know what I'm saying? Like, shouldn't I make like, because if I don't enjoy it, I mean, even if you're trying to make money or sales, or like, say you sell like vacuum cleaners, or say you sell merchandise every day as a side hustle, like if it's just about the money, it's gonna get boring. It's gonna get boring. Like it's gonna get like stressful. It's not until you got see y'all guys have to understand everything is mental. And that's what I had to learn. And I'm still learning. I'm still on that journey. It's mental as well as it's bodily though, because it's like every organ you got matters. So it's like while we got them, they matter. You know what I'm saying? But I say that to say like your heart, your brain, like these things work together. So like me, I'm a naturally happy guy. Like the way I was raised, the circumstances I came up under, like it's just like video games and fun and shit. Like there's no reason for me to really be mad or take anything really deadly serious. But as I gotten older, life has become somewhat grim in certain areas, but women don't like that because they want to know that you're secure. The most sexy thing you could do is be secure. And the most ugly thing as a man you could do is be insecure. One of the fastest ways to show insecurity is to show that you care about that bitch. Like y'all go back and watch the last video I just posted earlier today about women that circulate back. Watch out for them circling sharks, you know what I'm saying, and circle your shit. Sometimes they come back because they smell blood in the water. Most of the time. Even success is blood in the water. Like even if you're doing better, that's blood in the water to them. Because women don't know nothing. Their nature is to bite down on some shit. Like they don't even know like anything but what they doing. Like so it's like I say that to say as ugly as the world could be, as vulturous as the world could be, you don't have to actually care. And like you said, self-amusement. Like, you know what I'm saying? For me personally, again, to go back to this main topic that we're talking about, why would you not be amused if you're talking to some fine shit? You are amused in the first place. If you're scared, then you're going to lose the amusement. If you're nervous, you're going to lose the amusement. And if you're comparing yourself, because you might say to yourself, damn, I know her from around the way. And I know she only deal with I only seen her on Facebook around popular niggas in my town when I was younger. And so you assume that she has some type of status. That's when guys really get scared. I don't think guys are only scared of just a pretty face alone. I think it's like the story you tell yourself behind what you see. And some women have menacing looks. Like, you know what I'm saying? Some women do look a little mean or whatever. But ain't no bitch that scary, bruh. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, even the baddest of the baddest, like, once you get to approaching 15 women a day, there ain't no such thing as a scary bitch. There's women that look meaner and have a resting bitch face than another bitch. But what I'm trying to say, bro, is it's all manageable. When you learn game, it's nothing that's not manageable. So I don't always think about self-amusement, but I do understand why a motherfucker should be amused. Like if you're having fun, then she's gonna think to herself like, damn. Okay, so can self-amusement backfire on you? I would throw this out there. There's some women that are bitches, right? And this should be known, but it sometimes goes under the radar for guys. Because if y'all not talking to a lot of women, then y'all miss it. But like there's obviously some good people out here, some bad people out here. So some women are menaces in the fact of like they naturally get off on being an asshole. The same way some guys like just get off on just being an asshole. And some women they have a bad hand, even though they may be beautiful as fuck. Their life is just not measuring up to how they look. And some guys forget that because they got this whole red pill theory in their head, like, yo, every beautiful girl is like, has a good life and it could get any man they want. And that's the most dumb shit we think. And it shows because again, facial expressions on some bad bitches will be like, they're not happy. Like something's wrong with that bitch. You know what I'm saying? And by you being self-amused, it'll basically trigger or bring out them demons out of whoever. And it could be man or woman at that point. Just certain store clerks, or I mean, it could be anybody. Just the fact that you're not as miserable as that person. And I know y'all know what I'm talking about on a spiritual level. All right. So I don't focus on being self-amused all the time. I focused on being focused. And that's why I tell you how to journal. I focus on being focused. Because if she gonna like me or be interested, she gonna like me or be interested. And I know that shit sounds like cliche and it sounds like just like, well, he's not really giving me no real game by saying that simple shit, but like it's that simple. It's just that it's so simple because I'm focused on 15 a day. I'm not focused on that pretty face bitch. She's literally I'm like the Chinese guy, right? You call, you order your food, I'm coming to deliver it. I don't give a fuck. You could be ugly, fat, skinny. I don't care. It doesn't, like her looks don't mean shit to me. So when you say the word self-amusement, I'm having fun not based on her at all. Like I'm so detached from her because there's some beautiful, ugly bitches out here. And there's some ugly, beautiful bitches out here. So I don't got time to sit here and make it personal. That's what I'm trying to say, because that ruins the whole concept of even what I'm saying today about the video, which is comparison leads to failure. So it's like, I'm trying to break this down, but like by you saying that, tell it's crazy because it's like, it's nothing wrong with it, but the only thing wrong with it is that if it don't work, I'm afraid some guys are going to end up worse off. But I don't need to deal with y'all with kid gloves because I got the feeling a lot of y'all are out here really talking to women already. And if you're really talking to women already, because when I think of self-amusement, I think of a white guy telling himself, like, let me amuse myself. So when I talk to this woman, if it don't go the way I want it to go, oh well, that's her loss. You know what I'm saying? Like he's painting the frame of like, I'm good regardless. But what I've seen in my reality is like, yeah, that kind of works. But at the same time, some bitches are so demonic in nature that, cause see, the way the cosmos and the universe is so intelligently built, whoever built it is a genius because it's built in a way where it's gonna hurt regardless. Meaning, the ones you really want are gonna play games regardless. The ones you don't really care are gonna not play games. Like they're gonna like some of them are and some of them ain't. And I say that to say it's the world is finally tuned to your sensitivities. So like even though you could tell yourself like, oh, let me be like self-amusement, like that is not deep enough to stop what I think guys are trying to stop, if that makes sense. Like guys want to soften the fact of rejection, but there's no such thing as rejection. I'm not saying the PUA shit is bullshit because I like a lot of their concepts and I even like the self-amusement concept. But I just see in my own life how that hasn't been exact. Like that's like 90% true. Like, you want to be amused in general. Like if you that nigga, you wake up and you already feel like, damn, like when I wake up, I'd be like, damn, I made it. Okay, shit. Like let me figure out how to, I'm like, I'm inquisitive. Like, what can I get in? Like, how can I, let me get this ball rolling because I might wake up a little late, but I'm focused on how can I get up and get out and make shit happen because I'm more focused on how to get at the bitch. If I'm thinking how to get at the bitch, I'm not thinking amusement might come into my mind by me saying joy to myself. If I'm in a good state, this is all I can say. If I'm in a good state, then it's a good chance I'm gonna transfer that energy over. That's all I can say, bro. I'm not even gonna lie, because the word self-amusement is a good word, but I might have to switch the term and use it in my own way. I don't know. I don't really got a term yet. I'm gonna make one up. But for me, the word self-amusement ain't really, it's not a bad word though. But I think I might want to put my own touch on it, because I am self-amused, but it's like it's something beyond that that I feel like I'm tapping into as I continue to talk to more women. It's like self-esteemed or some shit. Like self-actualized or some shit. Like, cause self-amused is like, I guess that is the right word though, because I'm amused with myself. Like even when I'm asking a bitch a question, right? I'm letting it come naturally versus like in past times, I would really be like, damn, what do I ask or what do I say? Because I've always been a natural guy, so I like shit to form naturally, right? But that'll also fuck you up because you know by law of averages that the average guy is gonna be not able to really game this bitch. But hold on, I ain't even read this part right here. I like my game and know what it does. So when I spit it, exactly that's what I'm trying to say. Like it's like a reflection. It's like not even a reflection. It's like a journey that I'm on. Like I always talk about like self-esteem and I always talk about inner game and journaling, right? So when I'm doing this, I'm self-amused at I don't know if it's because I'm a natural scientist, scientific minded nigga, or if it's just like I love life. I love life before the bitch. Like my mom, she birthed me, she gave me life. But really my dad gave me life. But they both came together to give me life, right? So like since I was young, remember when we was young, we wasn't even trying to fuck bitches. We just was alive. Like that was first. And life was still lit. Like what that nigga Herb say, beefing with my bitch right now, but life still lit. Like that's facts. Like, I mean, the bitch, yeah, she could ruin your shit and she could also help like make you feel better sometimes. But she's an addition. She's not the fucking basis of existence for me. So like I think like some women are pissed off at men because men put women on pedestals. Not because oh I'm a beautiful woman. I just don't understand why guys put me on a pedestal. That might annoy them too, just a little bit, but it's more so like I'm bored. Like y'all niggas is not cool. Like yeah, you know what I mean? In terms of like the priorities are fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like I even realized like yesterday, I'm like, I need to put religion and business over women. Even though I've been knew that, but like I wasn't living like that for a long time. Right. So like I'm self-amused in general. So I don't have to like smile or do none of the mechanical shit. I don't have to put on this thing. I could just talk and see what she want to do and get straight to the point of like coming over or what we doing. But you know, from what I've seen lately, I can talk that way and get good responses because she's either gonna be high interest, medium interest, low interest, or no interest. But see, where I'm at with it right now, most women, if they're low interest, they're not or medium interest, they're not even gonna be in my proximity. They're just not. They're not gonna be in my proximity. If a woman is medium interest, I can't even explain it, bro. But that's why I'm making this video right now about comparison, because niggas don't only compare themselves to other guys, they compare themselves to anyone and everybody. Because even a beautiful woman, that's what red pill is. Like, I can't believe niggas is out here saying this. Yo, it's not fair that men, we actually have to go out and get women, and then they're saying all a woman has to do is sit at the finish line and wait for the man to pass the line and then pick from the winners. Why would you ever compare yourself to a woman? Like, where they do that at? Y'all don't think that that's like unmanly or ungodly? Like, you're literally comparing yourself to a woman, but you're doing it in a way that doesn't, it bypasses the judgment barrier for the average guy. So the average guy is like, well, I kind of see the logic there. It's like, nigga, for the last 50 years, that has not been logic. It has never been logic, actually. From the beginning of the moment of time, it's not been logic. Not because men are superior or women are superior. And if there was a superior sex, it probably would be hidden, finely hidden in the Akasha records, so that niggas will never know. So that they could even get it misconstrued, maybe, and just think that, well, I was raised by a woman and, she was strong, and just consideration makes you a bad guy. Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't even have to do the actions of bad guys. You just have to consider. Nowadays, just by considering, you already lost. Because that's why women, I noticed something about women too. Like, okay, so they don't care about actions. They'll dump you or stop fucking with you based on your considerations. The fact that you even consider this or not consider that, that's enough plausible deniability for me not to fuck with you, which is sound judgment. But what I'm saying is, like, you can't see that from halfway choosing when and when not to fuck with women. You got to always be. That's why pimps are so successful, because they always mashing and always doing that shit. So when you see the highlight film, you're like, oh shit, that's Pimp and Ken, or oh shit, that's. But these guys are constantly, they're like Michael Jordan with that shit. So I say that to say, you can't compare yourself. Can a predator compare themselves to a prey? Like, can a lion compare themselves to a deer? Like, of course they can, if they got that type of like civilization and time to do that. But like, considering the fact that nature is always nature, no matter how many cell phones we pick up, you know what I'm saying? It's like, no, that lion can't relate to that deer. Because if it could relate, it wouldn't even go after it. It wouldn't even try. Because it'd be like, nah, I don't want nothing to hunt me, so I'm not gonna hunt that. You know what I'm saying? But given the fact that your basic primal thing is like, yo, when you seen her, you went to fuck her, then you know nothing's wrong with it. You know nothing's wrong with it. But see, you live in a world where we jail people, sit them down, put them in classrooms. A portion of that time when you was from age 3 to like 15, you're supposed to just be around your dad and your relatives, throwing a football, running around. That would make you way more of a brute in nature than sitting in the fucking classroom. Having another, no, I'm not trying to go like be this Dr. Umar type of guy, but another race of person, like, put a piece of paper in front of you. That's already conditioning you, like, yo, I gotta like take orders. Like, I'm not somebody of authority. You know what I'm saying? It's levels to that shit. But I'm just saying, like, I say all that to say that you can't really compare yourself to nobody if you want to get good at game, in my opinion. Because as soon as you make even if it's subtle, right? Even by joining into a conversation with somebody, you subconsciously go into this mode of, am I right or am I wrong? You see what I'm saying? Which isn't always bad. It's depending on if you respect the person and you think they have some game. But there's really no right or wrong. The only wrong that I see is when I don't try. I swear to God, because this shit is more biology than it is even anything else. So once you get outside and you start talking to the women, you see right there, and if they like you or they don't like you, it's really no in between. And then from there, you got phase two, right? You're texting or you're setting up that date, and you see from there, like, do I know what I'm doing? Communication wise, right? Because you know, like I said, a man, because we are humans, unfortunately, we can't just run after our prey and then bite it. You know what I'm saying? We have to actually, I mean, we kind of can, but you know, depends on how close to nature that female is, and she gonna let you do that. But considering the average female of today, you have to kind of be a smooth operator. You know what I'm saying? You have to actually know how to communicate, and you know, your communication style should be tailored to your personality. So like for me, I'm laid back, I'm light skinned, I'm tall, I'm chill, but I also have deeper, I feel like roots that I don't even talk about, or like that's where the journaling shit and the spiritual side really come in. The more primal type of vibes, like because when I was younger, you know, we all got dimensions to us. We human beings, we're more complex than what we even talk about. So like you said, when you talk about I'm amused, I'm really amused. It's not fake. Like I'm enchanted with myself. I'm enamored. I'm not because I think I'm better than anybody, worse than anybody, because that'd be more of a feminine thing. But a masculine thing would really be like I genuinely am. I'm stable. Like I'm a healthy critter. Like I'm a healthy creature. Like I like what I see. I like how I am. Women, they hate that because remember, first of all, if you want to get scientific, women are the negative charge, we the positive charge. So women are envious by nature. So they will literally be mad because a nigga a pretty boy or some shit. But then they'll be like, well, if anybody gonna fuck them, I'm gonna fuck them because you know they're self-serving creatures, which makes them complex in their own way. They can hate and love you, but see, you feel what I'm saying? But see, that's why the red pill shit is so stern and so grid locked in because thank you for the likes. Um, because there's nowhere to run at that point, right? Most guys, yo, is your name I miss you? Or is it Emmy? Emmy? You said I ain't lying. Are you this is a girl you're a girl saying this? Cause I need to know. I need to fucking know. Cause it always hits different when a female agree with the ism. Okay. And your name is Emmy or or some shit. But I'm trying to tell y'all, comparison is the thief of joy, and we have now with the red pill guys compare themselves to women because they doing it indirectly. They're not saying like, "Oh, I'm comparing myself to women." They're saying it's not fair because women could just sit here. What the fuck do you mean it's not fair? You want to fuck guys too? What do you mean it's not fair? It is fair, dumbass. Because they're trying to fuck you. They just want you to be better than that piece of shit you're being now. Nah, I just put some random shit. Oh, word. That's what's up. Ain't nothing wrong with some random shit. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes random is better than thought. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I'm trying to say. Chopping into the instincts. That's instinct. Like whatever you want to do in life. Confidence. Comparison. I mean, that's the example right there, his name. When you compare, you erode. You know that saying when they say you point, you got three fingers pointing back at you? Like that's always true. Never not true. It's never not true. Even I noticed when I'm texting women, I always felt like I was bad at texting, but it's not. It's come to find out I'm not bad at anything. But see, what happens is that you make an oath at some point in your life because you had some experience that made you feel as though you can't be better. It's like me shooting a free throw and I miss a free throw and I miss. I'm like, yo, I'm not a good free thrower. It's like, how the fuck aren't you a good free thrower if everyone in the NBA missed one? But see, this is the crazy part. People are all, if it's been done before, it could be done again. But people are so just, I won't say retarded, but kind of. Because here's the crazy part. If you could be mentally sound, then you could be mentally retarded. I'm not trying to just say this to just say stupid shit, but I'm saying I'm being honest. Like people don't think they can be retarded. So that makes you more susceptible to it. By knowing you could be something, it allows you to say like, okay, let me make sure I'm not that, because I'm telling you, you could be illiterate when it comes to any subject in life, women, cars, game, basketball, just being a human being with courtesy and respect. Like you could be illiterate in anything. So I say that to say this. I was illiterate in knowing that like I'm okay at texting. Like I'm not bad at texting. It just depends on how interested that bitch is. Like, see, not guys, they miss every key detail. Like, okay, if that bitch don't like you, of course you're gonna be asked at texting her because she's not compatible with you. Now, a chick could be uncompatible and still give you her number. Just like it could be like say if I became a millionaire from being a YouTuber, there's gonna be chicks that I'm probably gonna entertain that I don't really like. Just in going to a club or some shit. There's gonna be chicks that I probably don't really like, but I'm still gonna be like, well, shit, I'll crush. You know what I'm saying? But in reality, I really don't like her. Like, there's a chick I know right now that I'm thinking about like that. Like every time I look at her, I'm like, I'll probably crush, but at the same time, she's not my type. But see, it takes some integrity to really be honest with yourself and really, really, really just admit that you really don't really like her. Like, you see what I'm saying? Because the average guy is so weak and so just not really in tune and don't talk to enough women that he really can't really see what's right in front of him. Like he really's blind and he really illiterate. But he don't even realize by him having a standard is going to actually pay off in the long run. Because there's never been a woman that I didn't reject or didn't not sleep with that to this day that their attraction for me hasn't still either been there or been like stronger with time. See, most guys, they either talk themselves out of the pussy. See, how do you become the type of, I need to make the video for this. How do you become the type of guy who can't never talk themselves out of the pussy? Well, first of all, you got to say fuck her and her pussy. That's the rule number one. But rule number two, it's not like you saying it because you mad. You saying it because you glad. Nah, I'm just joking. But really, you're saying it because you really love yourself, because like it has to be proactive. Like that's what I think is the number one destroyer with game is like guys are not doing things from the right spot, from the right space, like or place. They're doing it from a place of malice, anger, red pillism, or indirect, whatever they're doing it from, but they have not built themselves yet up to a point where they're rich in the area of like there's a lot of women that like I see like, and I said this in a video earlier, it's some fine shit I be seeing around town. Like I be seeing her, it's like my third time seeing her earlier. She's got a resting bitch face, but she is somebody that I would definitely throw on the roster in a heartbeat. But in reality, I could tell from every time I see her, she looked like she got somewhat of like I won't say an attitude, but like she thinks she think like considerably what like other women would tell me. They would say like, oh, she thinks her shit don't stink. Like, yeah, that probably is what it is. Like, but see, me being a light-skinned cocky bastard, I think my shit don't stink. But sometimes I will tip my hat to a bad bitch because I'm like, damn, you really look good. And sometimes good-looking people could give off the illusion of scarcity to people. Like even another good looking person, like a good looking person could give off. Cause see, there's good looking, but then there's your type, and this is what I was trying to tell somebody. I think it was earlier. Yeah, I was telling someone this earlier. Um, like there's some women I've met in my lifetime that they just psychologically do something for me. Like they fit into my dream or like what do you call it? Personal taste. Like I guess like they look good. And that's beautiful, right? But like everybody has a breaking point, but it's subconscious. It's not conscious. Because if it was conscious, you would already fight it off. But it's unconscious. It's some women look good, and sometimes I think even with me, I'm kind of attracted to women that have like an edge to them, like a bad girl type of vibe. Not like Cardi B, maybe, but like she's not really my type. But it's a thin line between like being someone type and then being someone type. If y'all know what the fuck I mean, like a chick like Cardi B, she might be my type personality wise. Like as far as like I like that I don't give a fuck attitude a little bit, but physically she's not dead like dead my type physically. I'm talking about the women that got both. You feel me? They got both. Like there's some popular chicks that are just beautiful, and then it's like there's some popular chicks that's not that beautiful, but they still like sometimes the popularity could put you on that pedestal. And intuitively, you have no defenses for that. Like the average guy has no defenses for that shit. That's what I'm basically trying to say. But see, that's where that red pill shit comes from. Because look, number two is it shifts your focus away from your strengths. You can't let a woman shift your like this is like chess, not checkers. You cannot, I don't give a fuck how bad that bitch is. I'd rather y'all just like cause with Shorty earlier, I think I seen her. I was walking into the store and I said some lame shit like, yo, did I meet you before? And I sometimes I say that lame ass shit. But it's because I didn't just want to approach because I think I really seen her before. Like, and that's why I'm telling y'all this bitch I be seeing and shit. But it's like the way she acted, it let me know like she's not interested. And if you keep pushing, you're gonna be a weird nigga. So just leave her alone. Cause not only I'm not only doing it for her, I'm doing it for me. Like you feel me? Like leave that bitch alone. You see what I'm saying? Cause you got a lot to lose when you embarrass yourself to yourself. Like it's okay when you know you might be out in the field, like bro said, self-amusement. You could use that right as a tool to kind of like make a bitch feel whatever. But I'm not trying to change a bitch mind. If you don't want me, I really don't want you. And you could be my type. That's what I'm trying to get y'all to see. Like you could be my type and I don't want you. Like I think a lot of guys don't really paint this picture this way, but I'm really dead ass serious. Because at the end of the day, some women, bro, they humans, bro. They gotta grow. Like no matter how bad the bitch is and how much of your type she is. Cause like to somebody else, she might be just a cute or like no, she cute, but like in reality, all us men got the same eyes in a way. Like if niggas see her or any other woman see her, they gonna know. Like nah, she is some, you know, she's some shit. But bruh, I always say, and this is what I said in the video earlier, like the only reason niggas really be caring about bitches is because they ain't getting none. Like I'm telling you, I understand the dynamic. That's why I was on some shit like, man, fuck this bitch. Because I got other women I'm chopping it up with and trying to link up with and trying, you know what I'm saying, get shit popping with. And these women are compliant. Who the fuck does this bitch think she is? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying. She's some fine shit for sure, but it's never, well, I'm gonna say never that serious because there's a lot of guys out here who are really, they will really been mad. Like, damn, why is this bitch acting like this, man? You know what I'm saying? I know why that bitch acting like that. Because I'm a cocky bastard on, as a man. So I know why she acting like that. There's some women in high school who probably thought I was a cocky bastard. You see what I'm saying? It's been popular girls that I could have got with before high school that I had flaked out on because I ain't gonna lie, I was nervous, but that bitch ain't know that. But I'm saying that to say like they was mad. Like the ego is a motherfucker. Like if you reject a bit like a bad bitch, like she really gonna be. It depends how it go down, but I'm telling you, disrespect is disrespect. But if a bitch don't like y'all, bro, it's actually a blessing. I swear to God, I'm not even saying that to be cliche. I swear to God, I really believe it's a blessing. I swear to God, I believe it's a blessing. I don't even know what else to put it on. Like I swear to anything, I feel like it's a blessing because you need that reassurance to like, yeah, I'm a human, I'm on Earth. Like that's what it had to happen. Like you feel me? Like what would life be if I just had every bitch I wanted? Like it'd be corny. It'd be boring. I don't even want the bitch. And really, most of the time you fantasizing about the bitch, and that's why she's shitting on you like that. Cause she like, nigga, if you get me, you gonna cheat. I swear to God. I know I seem psychic right now, like I'm able to read women mind, but I'm just genius. I could tell, like, bro, like anyone who's good looking, they think that way about them. People who are good looking have horrible self-esteem. I ain't gonna say horrible, but it's not what you would expect. That's what it really is. It's just not what you would expect. And again, that's why I made this video about comparing yourself to other people. It don't have to be your bros. See what niggas do? They grow up comparing themselves to their peers, and then they get outside, they start having bros, and they compare themselves to they gang, their friends, whatever. And then when they get around the bad bitches, if you a real man, you not gonna really do it. But a lot of niggas ain't really real men, so they get into this point where they let their woman start to like. See, the woman nature is parasitic, so she gonna naturally test you and she gonna basically make you smaller to where you do that shit. But the average guy is gonna do it. He's gonna fall into that. But I'm letting y'all know right now that y'all have to be careful of that. You know what I'm saying? Because your self-esteem gotta be so sharp and just that's again and go back to the self-amusement shit. Like I really love myself, bro. And so if a chick don't want to be bothered, then I don't want to bother. And I'd rather fuck a ugly bitch than fuck a bad bitch that's bothered. Like I swear to God, like any day. That's easy. Like any day, any day. Cause like imagine being a bad bitch and your pussy not even really as good as an ugly bitch. Like so like I mean, and you don't got self esteem 9 times out of 10. Your whole life is an air balloon from a bunch of guys that you don't like that made you feel like you was a princess, just like Disney Channel did. See, everybody got their own battles, bro. That's what I'm saying. Their own demons. Like, and that's why you could tear anybody down, especially a good looking person. But what I'm saying is like, I'm not even trying to do that. I'm really like, okay, let me go approach the next chick. Like, let me get up out your way because it go back to the theory that I came up with before on this journey. Like, imagine like that bitch would have rejected me if I was a bum, right? But say if I'm every man's supposed to be on a mission or purpose. So like that's like me assuming like God or whoever would want this woman to be around. Not when I'm struggling, but be around when I get something. That's also like a crazy way of thinking or assuming because you're putting yourself in a weaker position all the time. Like, see, the average guy keep putting himself in weak positions mentally. That's why he can't catch a bad bitch because unfortunately, see, the thing about a bad bitch, and another thing I'm gonna say, because it's not only bad bitches, there's some ugly bitches who think like bad bitches. But what I'm saying is like, there's certain women out here If you throw your hook in the water or your bait in the water, they already know it's bait. Like so, like imagine a fish, but a fish that got a brain like a human. It's like, well, I'm going to see. I could see the hook, I could see the food, I could see the bait, and I say that to say it's nothing wrong with you shooting your shot, but I say that to say that a bad bitch like that don't know you, bro, she got no reason to fuck with you. Like a lot of the time, like she's already on Mount Everest in her mind. Like you see what I'm saying? Because there's levels to bad bitches too. Like, because there's some bad bitches, but like every bitch that's bad not really pretty, bro. Like it just levels to it from what I could see. Now you're only a master of game when you get to the point where they all look the same to you. That's when you've mastered your own mental capacity. When you might still enter a room and feel like, okay, man, that bitch bad right there, but like it doesn't shake your foundation. That's when you know that you're actually gamified. You're not gamified if you get hurt because that bitch don't want to, give you the time of day. And when a bitch, and it's another thing I'll tell guys, when a chick rejects you, she's actually saying fuck you, and if you died, I wouldn't care. So you have to think that exact same way. So anytime I get rejected from, like, I didn't always think like this, but I just started thinking like this. And I know sound a little psychopathic, but in reality, it's just reality. Like men who are alpha males do not care if a bitch get hit by a car. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, yeah, you human, so you do think about it like, damn, that's fucked up, but you just don't care. It's a dog eat dog world. I don't give a fuck how bad you is, bitch. You not my daughter. You're not my mom. I don't care about you. Now, see, when you talk to them like that, that's when they like, okay, he's sexy. But why does it have to come to some war type shit? Why do I have to be warish for you to act whorish? Why? But see, when you shouldn't have to even question that. Men should always be scrappy. That's why I said school ruined a lot of guys. It made you sit down, cross your T's and dot your I's, put the period after every sentence like some female. And now we get out in the real world and now you want to tell someone else what to do. How you going to do that? How you going to make that transition? When it is your nature, but you're not connected to your nature. That's why I like Dr. Umar, because he speak that Pan-African shit, but he really connected to like masculinity. I fuck with bro. But like I said, when you compare yourself to other people, you shift focus away from your strengths. When you focused on, let me see what bro said because I ain't even read it. She can still be pretty, but the ugly inside always shows in the face somehow. I don't know if that makes sense. What you mean? Like Shorty I seen earlier, she was some fine shit. Like I'm not even gonna ever lie about how fine a bitch is. I can't. I'm like, who was the guy who said I can never tell a lie? Abraham Lincoln. Like I can't lie, bro. Like the bitch is bad to me. She like an 8. I'm not gonna make it seem like she a 10. The only reason she an 8 because I don't seem badder, but she's up there. You feel me? Like she's up there. I don't know if it's just me though, but she's up there. But the attitude might even make her maybe look a little better. I'm not really aware of it if it does or don't. But what really turns me off is just the fact that I'm GL Dub and you not trying to fuck with me. Like I can't respect you for that. But in reality, I do respect it at the end of the day because your own autonomy. I'm not, you're not my slave. But it just is what it is, bro. It's the way the cookie crumbled. And like, I mean, I don't been rejected before in the past. I don't had chicks that was some fine shit that I had to work for, and then I end up kissing the bitch, whatever. After all, upper class chicks and shit, and then like it's weird, bro. it's weird, bro. The shit that women will do. And you gotta realize that too, like the name of the game is called relationship. Like it's relationship. That what does that mean? Why am I even saying that? Because a relationship is a word that means she feels a connection to you. This chick that I'm talking about earlier, she don't know me. She might have remembered like, oh, I seen him, I think at Target before or wherever. Cause I felt like that when I seen her and we was walking like this, going in the same spot. So I'm like, damn, I see you. So I'm gonna say something because I'm GL Dub. What I look like not saying nothing. Now here's the crazy part. Actually, you look more confident not saying nothing sometimes, especially if that bitch ain't never showed no choosing signals. Now I don't even believe in choosing signals, but I'm starting to a little bit. Only off the strength of bitches like that. Cause it's a lot of women out here that are basically a mystery. You know what I'm saying? Like I always say masculinity is a mystery to femininity, but vice versa. Like we on two different sides of the chessboard for like she was bad enough to where she knew to keep her mouth shut. You ever heard the term? Pimp say it all the time. A fish with their mouth closed don't get caught. Like that's how she was acting earlier on some like I see you and I'm even looking at you while you talking, but I'm just not really paying you attention because once I open my mouth, that might change the whole trajectory of what I'm doing, which is I think she just went in the store and grabbed something. And it looked like she stole what she grabbed earlier, which is even funnier to me. Cause like I was really sitting there in the line and she was sitting there for a minute. And then when the clerk left, she just walked out. I'm like, did this fine shit just steal out the store? Like the bitch just stopped here and did some shit like a nigga. Like and that's what I'm saying. Y'all just don't understand these women, man. They is pathetic. But number two was shift your focus away from your strengths. The mechanism is you start seeing what others have, not what you bring. The effect is you forget the charm, humor, or calm vibe that women are actually drawn to. An example is instead of telling a funny story that highlights your personality, you clam up because you're thinking her ex probably traveled more than me. Now, see, I don't ever think about other guys, but I can imagine that, you know, certain chicks like the athletes on the basketball team and the jocks, that whole thing and then the rapper or the trap nigga, whatever. It's certain stereotypes, but there's also guys that also media niggas, but like nowadays, but anyone who brings a sense of success is going to naturally be attractive. And that's what guys got to realize. So play into your strengths. Number three, creates performance pressure. This is a big one. The mechanism is comparing to others makes you think there's a perfect script you have to live up to. And that's big. Performance pressure. Like I said, even with text messaging, I dealt with that a lot. Like, damn, like I don't want to come across, I don't want to see my fear was if I send a message and it don't got enough punch to it, or if I send a message and it's just like maybe it's thorough to me, but it's not really because like now remember you're communicating to the opposite sex. You're not texting your bro, you're not texting your mom, even though that's the opposite sex too, but like family and friends, they're going to accept whatever you say. But when you're talking to a chick that does not have any reason to text you back, it's kind of like your shit gotta be, not saying gotta be the right thing, but it can't be the wrong thing. That's basically what it is. Like, so like most guys, they don't got enough experience to know if it's the wrong thing. So you have to kind of like, that's why you got to approach 15 women a day because you're not going to figure that shit out. Like, it's like a needle in a haystack at that point. Like, and then you got to listen to other niggas with game or communicate with them or get some coaching from a dating coach. So, because I would tell y'all this. Y'all want to speed up getting good at texting as fast as possible. I got a conversation with someone earlier. He told me that he was always okay at the texting game. I'm like, how? Nigga, I'm better in person. But he also said that too, like women will play games through the DM and then in person they see you, they act different. So we can agree on that. But I'm looking at this nigga like, how are you good at texting? Like, I ain't never been no texting ass nigga. Like ever. Even when MySpace first came out, I had a girlfriend and everything, and I wasn't good on the phone. I wasn't good at texting. Like I got better at that shit, but I had to really learn the structure of like I had to learn certain shit, and I'm still not really where I want to be. But one thing I'm gonna do though, I'm gonna keep it simple if I don't know what to say. That's one thing that y'all could do as a principal. Like if you don't really know exactly, like if you don't got no big gamified shit to say, you just keep it simple. Like keep it basic convo, and you just want to lead it. That's the bare minimum. As long as you're leading it, she could never say you're not sexy. Like as soon as you stop leading it or you become dry or boring, then you lose that aura that you might have. Um, and it's probably again 1,000 ways to lose your aura or to just look like a goofy, but you just gotta play the game long enough to where that shit becomes something you're not doing. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm telling you, I approach 15 women a day, text these women, and I mean it's a mixture of things. You gotta know when to give them a directive, like send me a photo. Um, you gotta know when to set up the date, which is another directive. People will call them compliance tests, I guess. There's a such thing in the game called a compliance ladder. You know, they try to give a woman a couple of things of compliance. Like you just basically gotta kind of get to know, like you gotta change your psychology to learn game. Like you gotta have a brain that's gamified. Like you have to think in terms of game. It's like a nigga who jailbreaks phones or some shit, or like he's good at technology. Like he had to learn that whole thing. Like the way his brain works, his brain officially just knows like like he could figure things out that he hasn't even been taught yet because he plays with wires so much. So he's like, well, this might probably should go here. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of how it is when you're talking to women. You'll just start figuring shit out. Like maybe it's time for me to try this out or do this, or you get a feel for it. You know what I'm saying? Because everything is not ABC. It's not chronological order all the time. So it's like you're not going to understand that shit like that. But I'll tell you one thing, sometimes it is chronological order, which makes it even crazier. See, it's like duality. The game is duality. It's not just one thing or the other. So it's like niggas look for one when people ask for answers, they always look for one or the other. But sometimes the answer is abstract. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like a real creative, elaborative answer. It's like a secret society. Like to touch on her emotions is like a secret society. Like it's not something the average guy can do. Especially with one of them bad bitches, like I said, one of them bitches that always look mean and shit. They got they shit sold up to where you're gonna have to know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? You have to be an apex predator to catch that fucking motherfucker. Um, And that's what I'm trying to say, basically, man. And like I said today, like you got to learn how to be yourself too, because I think that makes you naturally that type of person. Like, it's like think about music, right? We like NBA YoungBoy because he's being himself to that dimension. Like a lot of niggas can't even reach that dimension. And then we like guys like Prince, or I never liked Prince. I never understood, but like Michael Jackson or Chris Brown, anybody who put their heart into something, you start to like. It's kind of like magnetizing, right? And so that's what I'm saying. Like you can't just, for me, I couldn't just, like when I was younger, yeah, I could just kind of just play with the shit. But like I think like to reach certain women, especially ones that you really want, like sometimes you gotta really be like you gotta know what you're doing, bro, because they all are different. You could trigger one woman with something that turned another woman on or made her play with her pussy. So another woman to be mad at you and stop texting you. So then what's the answer? Because for this woman, it did this. For that woman, it did that. Some people will say, well, the answer is this woman was highly interested. This woman was low interest. But I don't think that's always what it is either. I think them bitches is two different people. That don't mean she's low interest. It means you don't know how to crack her code. You just know how to crack that bitch code because that bitch is a freak. Or she down to fuck. She ready to fuck. But I don't know. I look at it a little more technical than just simple like that. Like, but I do simplify things when it becomes too much for me to really like. When things become too much, I journal and then it simplifies it naturally. So you got to understand that life is it ebbs and flows. So like when you're dealing with women, there's no real clear answer. There's just experience. And the guy who has the most experiences is more likely to be a master of whatever it is we're talking about. So if you have 10,000 reference experiences and you still fuck up, that mean nigga, I don't know what's wrong with you. But if you got 300 reference experiences, you're probably better than a guy with 3 reference experiences or 30 reference experiences, but you're still not a master. You're not. You're not elite. So then therefore it's gonna be a lot of L's you're gonna take. It's just the nature of what's going on. I can't explain it. But see, women will hate you for climbing up the ladder because they're like, damn, this motherfucker actually could fuck me. But I'm not gonna let him know he could fuck me because why would I do that? Um, it's just not gonna happen like that. So it's like because women are human. So like I urge y'all to understand that women have triggers, just like any other human being. They have feelings, they shit, they shower, and they shave just like us. They do everything and they're complex, they're meticulous. And some women you need to be in the same room as. Like you're not gonna smash her just from you seeing her. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like some women, like I mean, they're all different. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. So like even me, I try to stay away from judging women. I try to stay away from making a clear statement about women, even though I talk about them all the time, but I try to like I always like I said, when I journal, it kind of wash away my sins because then it put me back to square zero where it's like, I don't know this bitch, she don't know me. You know what I'm saying? So I never lose my attractive. Like you lose your attractiveness when you think you know something you don't know. That's how I guess I'm a mystic. Like maybe I should change my name to Mystic Will or some shit. But like I really believe I'm a mystic, not a mistake, but a mystic. And mystics don't make mistakes because they don't judge. She said a woman is waiting for a man. Every man could fuck any woman, but they wait for you to do something they seen before to let them know that they not gonna give you no pussy. But they're not even gonna let you know that they waiting for you to fuck up because it's subconscious. So to be 10 steps ahead, you just can't feed into nothing women think, say, or do. You have to literally be away from women. Like almost like a red pill or a monk type of nigga, but you have to still, like an owl on a tree branch, swoop in to come play with the bitches. When I say play with the bitches, like talk to them. Like if you stop a chick in the middle of the mall, really talk to her. Try to get in her head, see what they think, see how they operate. Some women, they will chop it. And again, like you don't chop it because you're trying to be their best friend. You chop it because you're trying to learn social skills. But knowing when to cut that shit off is fucking vital. All right, baby. You're nice talking to me. I'm about to go my way, but I'm gonna see you soon. Wait, what's your number? Matter of fact. See, I don't even got Instagram no more, so I always go for the number now. For the last like 2 weeks, I just been number, number, number. And it's been actually pretty effective because I'm a grown ass man, one, and then two, it's like it's just power in that shit. It's like, damn, he not about to ask for my Instagram or he not about to do that. They put their back all the way against the and then it's like he must be confident. Cause you gotta think they go their whole week without a nigga asking for that shit. Maybe a couple niggas do, a couple older niggas or whatever. But you go your whole week without a nigga asking for their number. They don't understand. Like, damn, this nigga is confident. You know what I'm saying? He not just here to play. And that's what the thing y'all gotta give off to women, like that you're a little bit different, a little bit from the old times. I was born in '95, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm ancient right now, so I'm 30 right now, so it's like anything to not waste my time, basically. But number three, it creates performance pressure. Comparing to others makes you think there's a perfect script you have to live up to. And so, if you're a nigga with an afro, be a nigga with an afro. If you're a nigga with tattoos, be a nigga with tattoos. If you're from the DMV, be a nigga from the DMV. If you're from New York, be a nigga from New York. But don't be a nigga from New York, be Jamal McGee from New York. You know what I'm saying? Be your original state and be unfiltered. If you like to curse, curse. If you like to smoke weed, smoke weed. If you like to fast, like I like to fast and eat fruit, fast and eat fruit. You know what I'm saying? I fuck up a lot, but I try, and this is my life. And so because it's my life, a lot of women, a relationship is about respect. So a lot of women, that might not be attracted to me at first, they become like, okay, shit, well, this motherfucker kind of like consistent with the shit he talk about, the shit he do, and then eventually they fall into that frame. All attraction isn't built on day one, I believe. That's why I don't really believe in the high interest shit off the rip, because I do, but I don't. I swear to God, I do, but I don't. Like some women, yeah, and some other women, they just need to see. You know what I'm saying? Some women, they need to see that you really got shit on lock. You know what I'm saying? They don't understand. They don't know you. Human beings are more complex. You know what I'm saying? We're a little more complex than we be thinking. It's like life is complex. You know what I'm saying? But the effect is you overthink and you lose natural flow. Um, Example, you're texting her, but instead of saying something playful, you freeze because you think PUA guys would have said something slicker. The consequence is the convo dies. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm texting the chick, I have um, performance pressure. But 9 times out of 10, I'm comparing myself to other guys. Damn, I don't seen this before. I don't seen a nigga say this before. Or I don't seen some real elaborative shit before. So now I'm caught Malcolm in the middle. But now, instead of me being with my penis on her ass, or I don't know, like I was gonna say on her forehead, but instead of me being a nigga that is doing the fucking thing, I'm really signaling to her there's somebody, some other figure out here. Like she might not know exactly, but I think we send a smoke signal when we don't like complete the things we start with women. Like, damn, because you kind of turn her on because you approached her and you got her number, right? But like, you're not really that guy. Not saying because you're really not that guy and you shouldn't be trying to be that guy. See, the problem is the overexposure too. So yeah, it's cool to have big bros or niggas who got game around you, but that could also keep you contained because if you look up to people, then you don't naturally just let go of the fact that like you got a subconscious. That's why I tell people do the inner work because you got to let go of all beliefs because you have to literally talk to these women. And when you talk to them, right, you got to basically show them your heart, your mind, your world, your everything. You got to be the scientist of you, your universe, your neighborhood. You got to literally be the fucking the gatekeeper of information and the fucking the egoist and the fucking. That's why I like Dr. Umar. Like I said, like how many niggas y'all know who really just like, man, okay, it's a lot of racist white people out here, but I'm gonna be a racist black man. Not saying like I'm hate whites, but I'm pro black. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not too many people who, if they do it, they're not putting it on the internet. They're not really risking their life behind what they saying. They're not on the MLK level. They're not taking it to where it's life or death. That lets you know that nigga serious. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't willing to die about something, you don't really want it. Because the people who rule the world, You can never really rule without risk. You understand? So that's what I'm kind of saying. So if you're not brave, you got to try to learn how to be brave. See, people don't paint it brave like you either are or you ain't. I don't like that concept because it's just not. It's just not. It's just not honest. It's just not honest. It's just not honest. It's not real. Um, but when I'm not trying to be like a PUA guy or some guy I maybe knew in high school that was good with women or somebody, one of my bros or something, you just let go. And what do? You say what you think you need to say next to that bitch. You live in what is called the present moment. Win, lose, or draw, I'm texting that bitch back. Even if it's a 3-word sentence, I'm texting her back. What do you drink? Where are you from around here? Even if I'm like, okay, let me not be so big of a conversationalist right now. Let me just keep it simple. Because a great conversationalist could also just say 3-letter words and I mean three-word sentences, and he can take that pressure off. Take the pressure off and say simple shit sometimes. Get you to the same destination. Because if she's high interest, that bitch is gonna get fucked. That's what y'all don't realize. But see, that's how crazy that comparison robs guys every day. It's like it's like a virus that just corrodes your confidence, and you can't see it. It's invisible. You know, like COVID is invisible, and it's 24 hours and 7 days a week comes in under your rug. You don't even realize you're comparing yourself. And if you do the inner work, you'll notice that there's some parasitical debris in there when you keep doing it. But the less you do that, the more it's like a muscle or exercise. You got exercise restraint on trying to be something you're not. I swear to God, like communication skills will improve because you're not anybody but you. And what you comes to your mind, you must be able to clear enough minded to see what's coming to your mind so you can express it. And that woman will respect it. And if she don't, just talk to the next woman. What's the big deal? Oh, I'm tired of talking to the next woman. Well, then I can't help you because I'm not tired of talking to the next woman personally. Because I guess it's the love for the game or the intuition or the ambition or whatever. But somebody else may not feel that way. And that's his fate. That's his life. I cannot help everybody. But I understand that when you want something in life, and women intuitively understand it too, everybody can't get it, but the ones who want it gonna have the ambition. Like if you're a woman, you think like that. Like women will tell you all day mouth, I like a nigga that's persistent, that really trying to fuck, like really trying to get this ass. They want to feel hunted. They want to feel like you give a fuck psychologically and emotionally. Cause that's showing them that you a man. It's showing them that. That's why they don't like nonchalant niggas, because it's like he has no game. He don't even understand the basics that of showing me that he want me. Right? That's how crazy that shit is. But number 4, it makes you seem jealous or needy when you compare yourself to other guys. Now, the mechanism is comparison. Subconscious comparison makes you bring up other men too much. I don't never bring up no other man ever. And I just see that as the less confident thing. I've never been that way though all my life. Ever, 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 ever. So that's one thing I could say about me that's just nice. Affect, she sees you as insecure, not confident. Example, she mentions a male coworker, and instead of being cool, you feel triggered and say something sarcastic. The consequence is she sees weakness instead of strength. But yeah, like I said, women will do that though. They will try to throw up certain things, like, but you got to be so gamified that this shit just don't land. Like, you got to know that, especially like again, I think this is a trauma thing, like traumatized, like a trauma thing, because like not every woman even gonna do that, but some women will try to hoodwink you on that shit, and you got to know, like, you got to look at her and read her energy. Like, is she being like facetious with this, or is she just trying to get crushed? So she trying to sometimes a woman will talk about shit because she trying to get crushed, but sometimes they'll talk about shit because they are playing with you. But see, I'm not the type of nigga that woman could play with. So I don't think a woman even do no shit like that to me, for real, for real. Might happen like once, maybe, but she was trying to get crushed. So I don't know about the guys who just like, I never talk bad about nobody. Like, if a chick got a man and she around me, I'm actually gonna talk like not good, but I'm actually just gonna be on some laughing. Like, I might laugh like, yeah, y'all crazy. That's funny. Like, da da da, and just keep it like that. I don't really care. I don't really care, because if you around me, you got a man, then he in trouble. Like, he's in trouble because, you know, if you my girl, you wouldn't be around another guy like that. Number 5, keeps you in spectator mode. The mechanism is, instead of engaging women, you sit on the sideline scrolling in comparison and comparing. The effect is paralysis, which leads to no real practice. An example is, you watch reels of guys traveling with women and think, I'll never be on that level. The consequence of that is you don't even ask the girl at Starbucks her name. So it keeps you in spectator mode when you compare yourself to other men. You're always in spectator mode. You get no real practice. That's why I always, since I started approaching 15 women a day, I have not stopped hearing me say that shit. Yeah, I have not stopped hearing me say it. Go look at all my videos, all my live videos for the last 2 months. Just go ahead and go outside tomorrow and approach 15 women. You can stop in between, but just make it a mission. Like, I'm gonna approach 5, my first 5, and then I'm gonna get 5 more, and then I'm gonna get 5 more. It don't even gotta be all at the same time. But at the end of that day, you're gonna feel different. Like, damn, okay, I'm gonna do it again tomorrow. By like day 2 or 3, you're gonna be like, bruh, I'm getting way better already. You're gonna feel like you're getting better by the day. Like, instead of when you're approaching 2 women every once in a while, you feel like you're never getting better because it's not enough. It's not enough. It's like a nigga that's always broke, right? You need to get enough money. That's why people say go get a job, because they know you're going to get at least $300 a week. So it's enough money to where you can get a car. You might not can't get a house yet, but you can get that first piece of property that you can actually live out of the car, or you can actually drive around, and it puts you on a pedestal. So when you approach 15 women, it's the same thing. It's like Monopoly, bro. It's like it's enough of a bulk to where one of them women gonna be really on your dick. One of them. I don't give a fuck who you is, where you come from. Yeah. And you building what is called, I think it's called social capital. You just starting to get better at talking to people. You know what I'm saying? Like, how can you go wrong? And you need to have that thought process. Like, and of course there's things that can go wrong, but you don't want to think about that. You want to know that, okay, well, I'm a positive thinker. I'm gonna go about my day about my way. You know what I'm saying? It's like when I go live on here, ain't no telling what type of views you gonna get, eh? You know what I'm saying? You never know who gonna watch, what's gonna happen. what trolls gonna come in, how many likes, but you just gotta show up. You know, I grew up playing basketball, AAU. You know, I never knew I would get good at basketball ever. You don't know. You just don't know. You have to go out and play, and then you develop the skills in the field and sometimes in practice. But I remember the first time the coach threw me the ball or had me shoot the free throws at the end of practice. It was like either the first, like I probably did it before, but it was the first time I could feel the trust, like because we was doing this overly like tire us out type of thing. Like I think we was running suicides or some shit, and he was like, "All right, um, one of us will have to shoot the free throw at the end of the day." So we were scrimmaging earlier, and I was hot that day, so I was making every shot. And the coach said this to me. He was like, somebody got to shoot this free throw so we can end practice. But if you miss, we got to run more laps. And he would try to make us miss. So he was like, I was going to give the ball to you, Will, but he was like, you've been hot all day. Get out of here. Like you can't shoot the ball because you're gonna make it, basically. Or like shit like that, little shit like that will let you know like the coach is seeing that you a bad motherfucker. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's seeing that like he's basically letting you know, like, nigga, like, nah, you can't shoot. You got to get a ball to the center or the big man or someone who might miss this free throw. Because if I give it to you, that's like a layup. Like this day at practice, I was making every shot. It wasn't even 3-point shots. Like when I was younger, we used to like praise the 3-point shooter, like Steph Curry and Klay Thompson and shit. But that day I was making like 2-pointers. Like I don't even shoot 2-pointers, but I was like, for some reason, I was just lighting niggas up from the 2-point. Like meaning I'm like a small forward type of guy. I was on my KD shit, put it like that. So like I'll get the ball, come off of a pick, come around the fucking to the free throw line, like near the free throw line, shoot that motherfucker cash. You know what I'm saying? But I kind of miss that shit though, cause I think I'm more mature today. So the way I would play, I would be really thorough at the game. Like, you know what I'm saying? I wish I could go back in time just to play basketball like that in in AAU. It's just psychology now though. Everything is really mental. It's like when your mind grow and you learn like, cause I like passing the ball too, like making assists and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. I always wanted to kind of be like a Jamal Crawford type of player, Tracy McGrady, because I'm tall, but I used to look up to Tracy. Tracy McGrady was my favorite basketball player when I was younger. And Jamal Crawford ended up being kind of like that. Now it's Kevin Durant though, for sure. It's been Kevin Durant since Kevin Durant played for the Thunder. Since he came out of college, I was watching that nigga highlights. I'm like, nah, this is my favorite player. You know what I'm saying? And that motherfucker came in the NBA still kicking ass. Uh, James Harden, nice too, though. But there's a lot of good players out there. But I say that to say this, man. When you think about basketball and you compare that to like dating and stuff, everybody got their strengths and weaknesses at the end of the day. Like if you want to be an elite basketball player, you got to come in. You got to be busting ass in college. You know what I'm saying? Basically, you got to be the man of your team in college, and or somebody who's working diligently or hard enough to become. Like if I'm on a team with Kevin Durant, you got to be working hard to be like, you know, one of them ones. If that makes sense. Like when you think about dating game, like who knows what becoming one of them ones really is? Like, what does that really mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm telling you, you gotta approach 15 women a day. That's the foundation for success. Because from there, like I said, because you got to be able to talk to another guy, and you got to be able to know what the fuck he talking about when he say whatever it is he gonna say. That's a that's a thing that lets you know that like you're actually getting bitches. Because if other guys that get bitches talk and you just got to be quiet because you don't really relate or know, then that's going to show you also that you don't get bitches. You know what I'm saying? Just to say it like that. Now, I know this whole video is about comparison and why you shouldn't compare, but that's one thing you should kind of look at when you are around guys. If you're going to compare anything, just compare the fact that you don't got no experiences or no reference points or nothing to say. You should always have at least like 2 to 3 new stories to tell somebody. Like one of the guys, like, yo, this happened, that happened. If not, I mean, not saying you got to tell people your business, but you should have the stories or the photos or the pictures or, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to say. Good. Good. And number 6, comparison kills authenticity. Um, and that's what I'm saying. Like, if I got pictures from a chick that, I'm smashing or something, like, I don't have to show those pictures. I'm saying you should have that information for yourself. You don't have to tell people what you're doing, but you should be doing it, if that makes sense. Because people know based on like your energy. And then on top of that, if you get bitches, it's gonna show. Like, that's another thing. Like, but comparison kills authenticity. Mechanism, trying to copy others' style instead of owning your own. Nah, that's a big fact. A lot of niggas don't even shop at stores that they love in the mall. Like even I would also say I grew up like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Wearing what other people will wear, or like when I was young though, like I ain't really had no choice. But like as I got older, I would wear certain things that was my own choice. But then it's like still we all end up wearing like uptowns, the white ups, wearing the G Faisal shits, wearing certain things we see other people wear that's cool in school, but it's never too late to find your own swag, man. Like the effect of that though is she feels you're off. The consequence of that is you're not grounded. An example would be you try to sound like Andrew Tate or a dating coach, but she senses it's forced. And the consequence of that is attraction drops because women read energy more than words. So this is another thing I want to say to y'all. Like I had to cut off a lot of stuff I watch and listen to. I just got done watching Dr. Umar like 30 minutes ago. Well, an hour, 2 hours ago. But um your ears is something you have to be aware of. Like most guys, they are aware that they have eyes. We're aware that we have ears, but we don't pay attention to the things we let get into our ears. And we don't put it through a vetting process. Like, is this really like important? Should I do away with this? Or a better way of what I'm trying to say is like I thought to myself recently, like I have to percentage off. Like I have to think of like in my week to week days or my day to day, I gotta really be conscious of like what information I let go into my ears. Because whether it's visual or audio, like you have to understand that like similar to what I'm saying about like your authenticity and like when you journal, you start things become more clear. So you could see like, yeah, I fuck with Dr. Umar or whatever his name, Umar, but I'm not going to act as if I'm him. Or I'm not going to like you could fuck with what Andrew Tate thinks about X, Y, and Z, but like guys get baptized in everything he doing. Like, man, maybe I need to smoke and look cool too, or I need to get, tattoos or get a bald head and a Bugatti, or maybe I should start drinking coffee, or you then now you go over here, you watch Kevin Gates and he drink coffee too. So now you're like, oh, that's more validation about the coffee thing I'm thinking. So, but in reality, what guys fail to realize is that subconsciously, you're every time you entertain somebody else's story or life, you kind of like disregard your shit. Doesn't mean that you can't drink some coffee or taste it or try it, but like it's probably some other shit like smoothies or some shit that's really your calling to for you to do. It's that particular. Every little thing in life is meticulous. Like, but people don't treat their life as meticulous. They treat their life as like go along to get along. Like, they don't fight anything. They don't get mad at anything. They don't revel up against anything. They don't see no purpose in their life. They're not particular about anything. They're not. And see, women don't like that, in my opinion. Like they want you to complain sometimes about something or find something wrong or be so meticulous about your life that um like say like how I say like I'm a vegetarian or fruitarian, I like eating oranges or whatever. Like look at the word in game, it's a word called frame. Like you can never really build a frame or have a frame if if it's not consistent. That's what I'm trying to say. Like so like if you listen to other people on YouTube or anywhere where you podcast or wherever, you gotta realize that other people got other opinions. And so I'm not Kevin Gates. So even though I might agree with something that he's saying or the way he behaving or acting or it might look cool or you got to realize everything's a performance. Everybody's trying to be the best version. Like you can't really take niggas serious. You can't take nothing serious. Cause you can't. You can't take nobody or no one or nothing serious. And when I say that, I'm saying people might be serious and they might be worth taking serious. But what you gotta realize is that even if they're serious or not, this is why I tell people to journal, right? Because even if they're serious or not, me as a 30-year-old black man, I have to be just as or more serious about the shit that I'm doing in order for me to not take them. Because, okay, so example, like say I'm into like plants and shit. Like I want to like have a garden at the crib, like and grow tomatoes and like apples or some shit. That's something that is more important than me watching any Andrew Tate video on earth. Because if the world gonna blow up into smithereens or pieces, it's gonna blow up into smithereens or pieces. And so whether I got a million guns, a million Bugattis, or whatever, it's probably gonna be the like not to compare to Diddy, but like no matter how much money you got, people gotta understand life. Like life gets real for anybody and everybody. I say that to say this, right? My life is so much my life that I really can't take nobody serious. The second you take somebody serious, you're gonna lose your footing in your own reality. That's why women like a challenge, because as a man, you really got to be a challenge. Not you don't see. When I was younger, I thought like, well, you got to try to be a challenge, but it's like, nah, you don't try to be a challenge, because if you're trying to be a challenge, the nature so has it that you're actually easy. You're the easiest person on earth if you're trying to be a challenge, because women see guys all the time faking trying to be a challenge, but So you really are easier another person. But like I said, if I'm like, okay, fuck Diddy, fuck G Herbo, fuck all these guys, and that's popping in the media or whatever, and I just focus on myself for the next 3 years, that's actually what's gonna catch more women than doing anything that got to do with listening to any podcast or anything that people getting caught up in, if that makes sense. So like it kills authenticity because you're trying to copy other people's style instead of owning your own. Where does style come from? Good. From my perspective, style has always come from authenticity, if that makes sense. So like if you want to paint your fingernails, paint your fingernails. If you want to get cornrows. If you want to rock Yeezy slides, rock Yeezy slides. But some people, poverty also is a reason why a lot of people they do what's simple, and what's simple usually makes you look like whoever else is doing that same thing. But like wearing black t-shirts, white t-shirts, snapbacks, those are simple, basic things. But the good thing about basic, simple things is when it comes to women, they don't like sum you up. Like they kind of do, but they don't. If that makes sense. Like you could wear basketball shorts or snapback and whatever, because they know you just chilling at the crib. But like when you get dressed, your style better be just unique. You know what I'm saying? And that's you don't gotta be like trying to be super unique, but you should be yourself. Like I can't even explain that shit. But I just know by watching other people, it's a thin line between being inspired by another person or you just being like, well, I don't got nothing else for myself that I really believe in. So I'm just gonna just default to being like other people, if that makes sense. Like that's not cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? If that makes any sense. I don't know if that should make any sense, but it's what I said, man. Number 7, breeds resentment and bitterness. The mechanism, you start blaming women for preferring those guys instead of you. The effect is negative energy seeps into your interactions. Example, on a date, you slip in a comment like, yeah, girls always want dudes with money. The consequence is she feels attacked and checks out emotionally. Now, see, a lot of guys ain't used to that term, checking out emotionally. This is a funny ass term, but that's really what hoes be doing. Uh, Again, and this I would argue is the number one reason why they do it. It's that guys lack self-esteem. They don't got no individuality. See, when you got a whole bunch of individuality, women don't check out emotionally. When you lack self-esteem and individuality, they tend to check out emotionally. You know what I'm saying? They like emotionally mature men. But see, emotional maturity means you don't compare yourself to other guys. It's like the average guy is always finding himself in a situation where comparison naturally manifests somehow, some way. Like the real men don't compare themselves to nobody. That's what I'm trying to say, and that's what guys need to make their first law of game. I'm never take an oath right now. I'm never going to compare myself to another man again. Your life will become nothing but just like you'll become a superstar that way. You can't become a superstar trying to be this for trying to be that person or whatever. You need to lean into being so different. Motherfuckers just can't help but to fuck with you. That's the only way. Because again, it breeds resentment and bitterness. You start blaming women for preferring those guys instead of you saying, Those guys are cool. You know, everyone could see that these guys are cool, but you want to be that motherfucker, red pill motherfucker, saying that stupid shit. That's just you being ignorant and not accepting life as it is. Yes, them motherfuckers are cool. They are those guys. And in fact, women know like if you were cool, you would be either with those guys or you would or those guys will respect you because they'll be like, yeah, bro, different, but he one of them ones too. He official too. So it breeds resentment when you compare yourself to other people. See, what's the difference? This is why journaling is cool because you could inverse the comparison. Say you compare yourself for a split second. Okay, cool. Human beings did that for thousands of years. So don't beat yourself up because you compared yourself, but catch the comparison and translate it as like, okay, we all outside or we all human, so of course I'm gonna compare myself. Ugh. But in reality, this ain't the life I want to live, or this ain't the style that I want to bring to the table, or whatever the case may be. And then practice boundary setting and actually standing on whatever the fuck you talking about because you know deep down everybody not gonna agree with how you dress or how you think. You know what I'm saying? It's just fucking it's just not real. Not saying everybody not gonna agree with it, but there's chances that people may disagree with whatever you think or say or do in life. And practice really speaking your mind. Like that's the first thing guys could do. And like I said, like when you go out here with women and you talk to these chicks, like one thing I noticed, women don't mind speaking their mind. You know what I'm saying? To me, from what I've seen, like through text or whatever. Like I brought up the idea of yoga to a chick like yesterday, and she literally had told me like she think yoga is boring and that she like to do things where that more like move your body more and shit like that. And I didn't like the fact that she called yoga boring because I'm like that shit ain't boring to me. You know what I'm saying? But I had to respect the fact that you know what I'm saying. That's what the fuck she think. And you know, I again, man, a part of being uh not comparing yourself to other people like this whole video was about is you genuinely can't give a fuck. And you have to understand that, you know, another woman might not think it's boring. So why would I even care that this one woman thinks it's boring? You know what I'm saying? You just develop the ability to see things two different ways. Like if you're different, what make you think that motherfucker ain't different? If you're unique, how the fuck God ain't make that motherfucker unique? You see what I'm saying? It don't make logical sense, but it makes spiritual sense. It make some type of sense. I mean, it do make logical sense, but at the time when you're ignorant, you think like closed-minded. Like everybody has to like yoga, or no, the bitch don't gotta like yoga, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's nothing wrong with her voicing what she say, and there's nothing wrong with you saying something like, "Oh, you crazy? Yoga is really fun. You need to check it out." But you know, what do you like to do instead of yoga? Like you say, you like to move your body. Would you like to hike or something? You like to walk trails or something? Still keeping it in the family of nature, but changing it into because remember, you're the leader of the conversation, but most guys would check out at that point because they don't know what to say back. So then they check out. Oh shit, I don't know what to say back. She said she don't like the plan that I'm trying to set up for us to do. So now I don't know what to really say. But see, you have to be humble enough to realize that you don't know what to say, so that you can seek out what to say. Because life is all about experience. You have to gain that experience. If y'all not gonna go on a picnic, then y'all could walk a trail. If y'all not gonna walk a trail, y'all could get some coffee or some smoothies. But you have to have backup plans for everything. But those backup plans have to be in the same family or you're gonna lose the frame. Because if I was to ask her, what do you like to do? Oh yeah, you're right. Yoga is kind of boring. You're right. What do you like to do? She might feel like, man, this motherfucker's feminine. But because you kept it in the family of keeping the frame of like still connected to the theme of what I want to do, which is nature, and because you still was flexible enough socially to still ask her like, yo, like you say you like to keep your body moving. Oh, word. So like you mean you like stuff more like this? I'm still serving the same God, which is I'm God, but I'm taking what she's giving me information wise. I'm processing it. I'm considering it. I'm validating it. Right. So that's why I say social dynamics is much more than just what people think and how corny it seems, but it really is a life changer because you can't lead if you're not. See, in order to lead a woman, this is what a lot of people don't know. This is what a lot of people don't know. It's hard to lead a woman because you can't lead a woman if you don't understand emotions and if you don't understand feelings and dynamics and how the structure works. See, it's like water in a fish tank. We're the fish tank. We're the structure. The water can only operate inside of our program. If my program is nature based, then that's the theme. Or in my program, I drive the fucking boat or the bus or whatever, and she's a passenger. But I'm not gonna make her feel like I'm leading because the average guy is gonna turn off the average woman by being too bossy. So my program is not about like telling her what to do and making her do that and bossing her around. My program is about seduction and putting her in a state where it feels natural for her to do whatever it is. Because again, it's my personality and not to just tell a woman just boss her around. Now, I could do it probably sometimes, but it's just I'm not leading with that characteristic. I just don't feel like I have to. And it's not my style. And it goes back to comparing yourself to other men. You don't have to be a nigga from Chicago that smack his bitch. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to do that. Even though it's popular, it's cool. It's the cool thing to do for some guys. To me, it's not cool. It's not popular and it's not fun. It doesn't make you thorough. So I don't know. Everybody different though. And that's the point for even making this video right here. Number 8, destroys presence. Mechanism, comparison locks you in your head instead of in the moment. The effect, you miss her cues, signals, laughter. Example, she leans in closer, but you're stuck thinking, quote unquote, am I as funny as her ex? Consequences, you miss the chance to kiss her. That was actually the last one. So it destroys presence. So comparing yourself to other men destroys presence. And that's a fucking fact. This is why everyone needs to do yoga and meditation nowadays because their presence is just fucking horrible. Presence alone to get you some pussy. I'm not even gonna lie, like, cause it have people really thinking, who is this motherfucker? And again, the mechanism for that is comparison locks you in your head instead of in the moment. And again, how can I seduce her if like again, when I journal, and I'm gonna keep bringing it back to my basics, when I'm journaling, it kind of puts me in the present because I'm just thinking about like everything right now. Like I'm talking about how I feel, what I'm thinking, and I'm just observing. I'm coming from this more observant standpoint versus being locked into humanistic, low vibrational, lustful things. So now I'm more in this, I'm in my higher self. I'm thinking from a perspective of like, just more of a thorough place. And it becomes hard for me to miss instinctual things like a cue, like her smile or something, small little detail. Because things be right in your face, but if you're in your head, then you're not really able to connect to the present moment. It don't make sense, but it makes sense at the same time. And if she leans in closer, but you're stuck thinking, "Am I as funny as her ex?" Which I never think no. I mean, maybe. I mean, I wouldn't think that exact thing, but there was a chick I was dealing with that had a boyfriend, and you might not overtly think that, like, am I as funny as her ex? But you may think like there might be guys that she might like that I'm not them. Um, all of these things are very shadowy, you know what I'm saying? Shadowy things that could lurk in your subconscious awareness without you even really exactly examining them correctly. But like I said, it's important that guys dismiss 98 to 99% of that debris out of their subconscious because you just want to make sure you vacuum that out. You don't want any of that mistakenly popping up when you're talking to women. For me, it might not be her ex. It may just be the fact that there's other guys on the planet that she might like. You know what I'm saying? Not even in the past, but right now, while I'm fucking with this bitch, she might be, there might be a guy in her phone that to 90% of the time there is. So it's not like your subconscious is bad or wrong. It's just a calculator. And it's calculating shit that be true. It's an intuition. And your intuition could be the thing that stops you because it's trying to save you from a horrible situation. But I think that um, if she really likes you, it's not ever going to be horrible. If she don't like you, then yeah, a lot of times it could be horrible. Uh, which is why guys should deal with women that are highly interested. And if a chick is medium or low, like I said earlier, um, you better turn her high interest, or she'll fall off herself a lot of the time. But sometimes they don't. Sometimes you really gotta. And again, this is why game is elitely important because you have to really be honest. If a chick is not really your type, thank you for the lights. If a chick is not really your type, you have to really, really, really be honest. And this is why I want to see this is some integrity shit, but a lot of guys don't think, but this shit is integrity or this like understanding like, yo, like yes, Punani feels very good, whatever, but I'm not gonna really run behind bitches. And then on top of that, if the chick really want me, she could really do everything in the book to try to get me, and I'm still not gonna get with her. Like instead of hating bad bitches, become the bad bitch. As a man, like we could do the same thing. Like bro, like I swear to God, because in reality, all things under the sun is really fair. But niggas always want to say life ain't fair. Well, as much as long as you chant that lie, that's gonna become your reality. You're a lie. You're gonna think life ain't fair, but life is so fair that niggas can't. Niggas that okay, low vibrational people don't think life is fair, but high vibrational people know and can clearly see that that shit is fair. So it's not even about that. It's about your perspective and where you stand. If I stand over here, it looks this way. If I stand over there, it looks that way. But me personally, like I said, I don't see both sides of that shit. I don't see times where life seem unfair. I don't see times where life seem fair, bro. Like, and whatchamacallit. Damn, I just forgot everything I just was saying. Oh yeah. Life isn't fair in terms of you can't get what you want because you want it. Like if that was the case right now, I could say, give me 10,000 likes and give me 10,000 viewers. Life ain't fair. Oh, Jay-Z got it. Kanye got it. Kai Cenat got it. But then it'll also be a lie because to say that, okay, well, you could have did worse today than what you actually did anyway. You know what I'm saying? You could have did worse. But who's thorough-minded enough to even think like that? You know what I'm saying? Who has the type of mindset that's that thorough where they can read both sides of something? You can't be holistic if you don't look at both sides. You're not holistic. And I say that to say, when I was struggling, bitches ran off. When I'm doing better, should I be so fucking weak and nice that I just like allow women to just go in and out of my life like a nigga with no boundaries? Like that's what the average guy does, and then he gets mad. Life is so fair. It's very fair. You don't gotta deal with nobody who didn't deal with you like that. Life is too fair. Let me get this bug off my window real quick. Fucking bug. I don't even see it no more. Yeah, but that's the problem. That's the problem. Life is so fair that niggas gotta come up with an excuse to make it not fair. It's fair. It's fair to a person who putting in work. A person that's putting in work see it as fair because they have a proper respect for people that's doing more than them. That's actually doing more than them. That's getting the results because they doing more than them. Like I said, if you don't approach 15 women a day, how the fuck you gonna really say women are this way or women are that way? But you don't even talk to women. Oh shit. And that's what I'm saying. Like it's shit that people say that I don't heard on YouTube that made sense back then. But now that I'm doing more shit, it's funnier because it's like the truth is funny. The truth is funnier than a lie or something you thought that might sound like a lie at the time. And then you gotta go further on your journey, and then you're like, yo, motherfuckers really ain't talking to women. Like y'all not okay, so even if you talking to some women, if you're not talking to 15 a day, then technically you're not really talking to no women. The average woman is being flirted with on a day-to-day basis. Like there's really no such thing as an ugly woman because the average guy wants some pussy. So that makes them not ugly by default. But I'm gonna go ahead and end the video on that note. It says the bottom line comparison takes you out of your lane. Women are attracted to certainty plus presence, but comparison makes you scattered, hesitant, and heavy. Yeah, man. I think I'm done for the night. But yeah. You never win in life if you compare yourself, man. Comparison is really psychologically defeating and just self-disrespecting thing, man. I don't want to compare myself to nobody, bro. Like, I rebuke that shit in the name of Jesus. Like, I'm not trying to compare, man. Comparison is just weak, man. You know what I'm saying? Some weak shit, man. Well, I made this video because I felt like, watch what rooms you walk into. A lot of guys don't understand, like, being selective with the rooms that they walk into, walk out of, and spend time in. Because again, being in school so early in life, it trains you to just go with the flow. Like, oh, I gotta get on this bus and go in this place. Thank you for the likes. You have no real say so. I'm saying that's the worst thing that can happen. You lose that autonomy over your environment. You lose that autonomy over, you know what I'm saying, ownership. Like, if you want it, you gotta own it, whatever it is in life. But a lot of guys, they don't feel like they deserve nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, the average guy don't feel like he deserves nothing. And so, like, yeah, like, that aggressive nature is kind of like squeezed out of the motherfucker, you know, in the journey of being an American. Like, you gotta always stay aggressive or reinvent. But even if you're gonna chop down trees, or again, like I said, I invite a chick to go hiking or something like that, going for a trail walk. You don't need money to really fuck bitches, or even like money to even like be creative, if that makes sense. Because it's like a beautiful thing about it is, again, if a chick don't get with your program, if a chick don't want to do the shit that you want to do, then, I mean, if she turned down the first thing you suggest, then that's already a red flag. But if she turned down the second thing or third thing you suggest, then you definitely gotta take that into consideration. Like, damn, like, all right, cool. Like, she really ain't trying to fuck with me like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I believe in giving some females a couple chances. But for the majority, 80, it's like a 20-80 rule. Like, 20% get some chances, 80% don't. Like, because the average chick better just be down, because she could see, like, it's more important. Because as men, we want women that look for the average guy. We really appreciate women that are humble, right? That's a value of mine in relationship, like, expectation for it. But like, a lot of women are not really grateful nor humble. You know what I'm saying? Like, they really are not. So, and I'm not mad at that. They got their reasons for why they do that. But I had to understand, like, again, it go back to, this is why I don't like making videos sometimes, because it go back to the same concept. Approach 15 more every day. You got to approach 15. Like, and I tell y'all, the day that y'all stop, y'all cut yourself short, because like, approaching women is like oxygen, because it's like your dating life is contingent or dependent upon the next 15. The last 15 is just a bunch of bitches, it's a group of bitches. But the next 15, it's like it's the next thing. It's the next breath to keep that life inside of the thing. Because the reason I say that is because even if we want to compare it to social life dynamics, like, it's like a staircase. If I step on this stair, I already stepped on that stair. It's time to step on that next stair. Like, but if I just stay on this stair, there's no movement. And if there's no movement, then whatever there's no movement, it dies. You know what I'm saying? Because even the women from the first staircase is gonna chase you because you got movement. So on that next step, when you step on that next staircase, which is approaching that next 15, the ones that were interested on you a little bit or even like somewhat on that first stair, they're gonna be like, damn, this nigga, he approached me, he's kind of cute, he's attractive, and he kept it pushing, which keeps you in the leadership role. But if you stop approaching women, then it's a great chance that you're gonna like at some point show some type of like neediness or some type of um I can't explain it. Like, you're gonna show some weird like you want her more than like you should type shit. Or you're gonna do more settling, or you're just not gonna have your attitude not gonna be intact like that it need to be in order for you to be seen as that guy. Like your frame is gonna be off. You gotta always keep approaching more and more and more women. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm about to get out of here though, man. Hopefully y'all like the video. Make sure y'all comment, subscribe, things like that. For all my guys who gonna come in here later and see this. This was a cool little video on comparison. I don't know if I'm done with this comparison series, but I understand that that's a big thing guys do, and it's a big thing that robs them of their life and their dating life and all types of things. Like you just can't be out here comparing yourself to other people. Because it's like every day you do that, you wasting a day of your life away. Instead of growing, because growing is knowing, right? When you grow better, you know better. When you grow more, you know more. Every time you grow, it's like your mind, it's like we are like antennas. Like, so when you grow, you get closer to knowledge. Like, but when you sit still or decay or compare to other people, it's like, bro, you not even that whole day is going in the trash. Like you could be spending this day doing some individual shit, doing some shit that only you do that makes you more thorough. But you over here thinking about what this person doing or letting this person brag to you about how many bitches they fucking or focusing on things that are low vibrational or negative. And that's not even your natural habitat or your natural state. So you automatically fucked up. That should have set you back. And life is about evolution and whatever. I mean, it's about what you make it about, but you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I don't know why I won't shut the fuck up and turn the camera off, man. But that's what I'm about to do. So I'm gonna see you in the next video, man. It's been good. It's been great. And I'll see y'all tomorrow, man. Either I'm gonna post more videos or I'm gonna go live again tomorrow. Or both. But man, we heading into September, and September is gonna be, you know, it's gonna be different, bro. You're gonna try to go crazy even in September. You know what I'm saying? But everything we doing now, August is kind of coming to a close. You know, actually, it's like the 21st or something, 20th. So August is actually we really at the end of August, and again, I look at the it's 12 months in a year. It's 3 months per season. You got the first 3 months, you know, the next 3, and we're in like the third quarter because we're on the 8th. We're in the third quarter of the year 2025. And I never looked at life like, yo, what do you got to show for it at the end of the year? But I think it's time that I start kind of like looking at those type of things, like, you know what I'm saying? Whether it come to money or women or whatever it is, like, what have y'all done in this year? Don't wait till the ball drop for real, for real. Like that shit is not something I ever did. But I'm saying like I don't even want to start doing that. But even with health, like where do you want your health to be, right? Because again, that's more important than the hoes anyway. Where do you want your health to be? You know what I'm saying? It's 4 quarters of a year. We're in the third quarter, right? It's so easy to just make life about women. It's so easy to just fall into that trap. But they only really like you. You look better going than coming to bitches. They only really like you when you got other things on your radar that's seductive more than them. Like like eating healthy, going on TikTok, buying a fucking a juicer. I need to buy a juicer. I really do, cause I don't know where they sell juicers at, but I need to buy a juicer so I could juice certain fruits and vegetables. And just start just going a whole just juice for the rest of the year, like on some straight wild shit. See, I be eating shit sometime and it be fucking up my whole life. Like it be fucking with my like because it's like again to go back to the comparison thing that I'm talking, the comparison theory, the GL Dub comparison theory. Like we do it to ourselves. We might not even care what other people think, but every time you set yourself back in life, it gives you the illusion like you do care what people think, but you really don't even really care. But the fact that you compromised on something makes you it makes your environment believe that you care. But see, the crazy part is that, like I said, would you rather eat your fruit or would you rather juice your fruit? And for me, I like eating fruit whole, like in its natural state. But at the same time, chat, it's also like it's a lot of health coaches who talk about juicing. And I've been seeing it for some years, especially with watermelon and shit. Like it's certain fruits that I just want to juice. And there's certain like I have a whole playlist on my on this channel called GL Dub Cleanse. And it's all about like juicing and putting certain things together, herbs and juices and shit. Because if you just do that alone, your energy will be so good. And you know, even with the women that y'all seduce or bring into your roster, you gotta have a way of life, a culture that you introduce her to, places, parks, like things that you're interested in. Like I said, trails, hikes. You know what I'm saying? You could just go to like Walmart, get some trail mix, go to Aldi's, get some trail mix, some 2 bottles of water, like, you know, simple shit like that. You could also have like the what they call like the lifting weight niggas, like they call like dirty bulk. Like days where you know, say you meet a chick at a 7-Eleven and you go eat, you know, a date night could be two glizzies and a fucking two slushies. You know what I'm saying? You get a slushie, she get a slushie, she get a glizzy, you get a glizzy. And that shit come up to like what? $4 each or some shit. Especially if y'all get the small slushy. Y'all don't even gotta get the big one. I'm just saying, like, a date is a date, a link is a link. But see, the average guy ain't putting no links together and he can't read the room if a chick don't like him. Uh, uh, That's why I say I stress approaching the next 15 because some women will literally do the most grimiest shit they could do to you, which is to be inside of your text messaging area, your phone, and really ain't got no intentions on getting to know you or even really linking up with you. But see, they will allow you to try to get to know them. And keyword is try because deep down they don't care if you do or don't. See, a woman that's cooperative, she kind of wants you to get to know her. And that's what a lot of people don't know. A lot of like women, a woman that's really sexually attracted to you, she's going to make it so easy that it's not even going to be funny. But because a lot of guys don't approach 15 women per day, they really don't ever run into that bitch. And it's not that hard to run into them. That's why it's so crazy that a lot of guys suffer with game because it's really not that hard to run into the bad bitches that's highly attractive. You just have to dedicate yourself to talking to bitches. Because if you do it here and there and you're spotty in the game, you're spotty, it's gonna snap. And when I say it's gonna snap, I'm talking about the way that you feel about yourself and the way that they feel about you. Like again, instance, I'll give you an example. Like if I don't approach 15 chicks tomorrow, then I have to just deal with the chicks that I already got, that I'm already texting. And ain't nothing wrong with that because you got a safety cushion you can fall back on if you've been doing it correctly in the fucking first place. But at the same time, it's not really a safety. I mean, it kind of is, but it kind of ain't. And another last point before I go that I want to kind of because I guess this is bleeding into that. You want to understand that as a man, we grow, right? There's such thing called outgrowing your environment. Like you could smash a lot of chicks in your mom crib without a shadow of a fucking doubt. You can do that. A lot of guys don't feel like they can, but you really, really, really can. A lot of guys do know that though, but excuse me. I say all that to say you gotta be really crafty with your environment. You have to really eat because you have to understand that we're all the coffee spots, we're all the smoothie spots, we're all the spots, and you gotta know how to budget, bro. Like budgeting is gonna change your dating life because see, the average guy feels like women are after money, which is kind of true. But the crazy part is that if you're a smooth talker, she not gonna be focused on that, bro. Like that's why you need game. Because if you're not a smooth talker, her mind will literally go towards money. And see, the average guy got a phobia of a woman asking him, "Where do you work? What do you do for a living?" Because that signals to him low interest. I would argue, don't even let that bother you if a bitch do that. Because again, nothing matters. Even if it start off right with that with her, you can still fuck her and approach the next 15 women. See, it's too many guys who cut off too many women for misdemeanors. Like it's a misdemeanor. That's a misdemeanor. Who? Because at the end of the day, she don't know you. You just probably met her last week. You just got her number, and you just got her at the crib, and you about to fuck her. But then she bring up something so retarded. But at the same time, what's smart to us could be retarded to them. What's retarded? Because remember, they're women. They're not guys. They don't think like us. So they might say some shit, and it might even be retarded. I think also I consider myself a dating coach, but at the same time, I kind of see like how this could be hypocrisy to a degree. because like I don't know women inside and out. Just to give y'all the honest truth, like I don't know them bitches because women are different than us, bro. Period. Like that's like a monkey knowing a spider or some shit, or a fucking shark knowing a snake. Like it's like, yeah, we can see that it hisses and that it does this and that, but in reality, if you're not a woman, it's some shit we don't understand. You feel me? Period. Until we find out. You know, fuck around and find out. Some shit that's hidden in books and history and ancient fucking, knowledge and shit. Yeah, we know in the Bible they compare women to snakes, but that's all we know. We know they sneaky, but we don't know that fucking holistics. And it's too many guys who think they know women. So I'd even say like sometimes, we gotta like be more humble and just know we don't know. You know what I'm saying? When you don't know, then it be kind of it makes it a little funner. There's nothing wrong with having confidence and gaining reference experiences with women, but it still at the end of the day, it still breaks down because say you do good with the last chick. Now you go talk to the next chick will confuse you. Oh, well, I'll just say she low interest. Well, that's cool. She might have been low interest. She might have been medium interest, but you might write her off. Uh, uh, you might write her off fast. Like, I mean, there's so many different dynamics that go into this shit. I'm just speculating myself, man. I don't know everything, but I do believe in high interest, medium interest, low interest. So I'm not gonna act like I don't. I'm just speculating, and it's early. I'm probably about to catch some Z's right now. Either I'm gonna catch some Z's or I'm just gonna recharge because I'm drained right now. And I've been live for 3 hours, bro. But something integral comes out of putting in a lot of work. Something very integral comes out of putting in a lot of work. You know what I'm saying? Win, lose, or draw, it feels good to say like, yeah, I'm actually doing something that I want to do as a man for myself. That's a good feeling, bro. And so, like I said, I'm about to end the video. I don't know everything about women. There's still a lot of things I figure out that I bring to y'all in the videos, but I will not quit. I'm relentless with this shit. I think it's called irrelentless. I thought it was always irrelentless, but it's relentless. I'm relentless with this shit. Just as much as the Matrix challenges the black man, I'm challenging the system back. Like whatever it is, I don't care what it is. Like I let shit drive me towards my goals because what I look like just was like sitting there, just getting defeated and shit. Like, nah. But what I would say, like, again, that's another point right there. Like, women like that too. Like, last but not least, like, it's too easy to just sit there. Like, that's what average mofos do, right? They sit there. Like, that's a testament for you to just be stronger, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't give up, man, on yourself, bro. And um, like I said, every 24 hours is another 24 hours for you to change the way you look at women and change the way you look at life. Because many times what you're living in is a consequence of inaction. See, no one talks about that universal law. They always talk about like karma, like as if karma only happens when you take action. But no one ever talks about the fact that by not taking action equals karma. But I said this in the past, but I'm saying it again today. Not taking action is action. For all the people who say, "Oh, well, I'll do it tomorrow," but like not taking action is action. And so because that's a thing, a lot of guys just can't realize like what type of world we really live in. Off of just what I just said right there. Like that alone shows certain things, if that makes sense. Like I said, being spotty with approaching women, like I'll do it this day, but I won't do that day. Like that's true. Like go ahead and do it that way if you want. But in reality, yeah, you might luck up and get a chick that's really high interest, whatever. But the average guy, I don't feel like he's doing it that way. You know, the guys that's really eating and really doing what they, like the guys who really succeed, like the Kobe's and the Michael Jordans of the world, like you know, being resolute and being concrete with this shit, like really every day or every other day. If again, that's consistent. If you're not every day, every other day is cool. But like taking 2-3 days off, like damn, let's really look at that gap and what type of shit. Now what's going on in your life where you can't pull it together and try. Like even with this video, I didn't feel like doing this shit, but I figured out how to break the curse of laziness or break the curse of indecision or what do I title the video or I just pulled it together and oh well, I'm gonna talk about this tonight. You know what I'm saying? And that's why it's so crazy. And yeah, that's what I'm gonna say, man. I'm gonna see you on the next video, man. I'm gonna see you on the next video, man. It's game like Will, and like I said, man, I don't understand how, guys don't understand. But this has been great. It's 3 people in here. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button before I go. Y'all make sure y'all, subscribe and also let it be known who you are before I go if you want to. If not, it's cool. Stay incognito. But I'm definitely about to chill out, man, and figure out because I'm a little tired, whatever. It's like I feel winded on some shit. Yeah, man. I had other channels in the past. I had a multitude of channels and it's like I still got a couple other channels, but like it's funny to me to see the multi dimensions of like interest that a human being could have, and it points to how many things we forget that we could do. It points to the fact of how many things that we could do that could be out here that we're not doing. Like there's so many activities, hobbies, events, and I mean so many things that people are not doing. Even outside of hobbies, activities, events, just things in general that people just are unaware of. The world is scary in that sense. Like, right, there's so many things you don't know and that you're not even doing. Like something small like the casino. Like I don't never go there. I haven't ever really been really a casino guy, and it's like that's something people do all the time. You know what I'm saying? Or I mean, it's things that happen all the time that certain people just don't do or don't go and don't try. And it ain't nothing wrong with being isolated, but in the same sense, it's like a lot of stuff come from a lot of stuff, if that makes sense. Like, example, it's YouTubers I know that have been doing YouTube since like 2015 or some wild shit. And those people are the people y'all see today that got all these subscribers. And those people are the people you see who have majority of the fast cars in America, like the Dodges and these other sporty cars. And those are the guys that'll take their car, take their ass up to the casino, and go spend their money on trying to make some more money. Which is funny because it's like, is it that they're trying to make money, or is it just the experience? Like a lot of niggas pay for experiences that other people can't even afford. And then you got people who struggling, but they also hit the casino. Is it for the experience? Is it for the money? We don't know. It could be both. But I'm just marveling at the fact that two people could be doing the same thing, and one person bank account could be totally in a different caliber than another person, but yet still people want the experience the same. Like for me, there's a term called stay down till you come up, right? And I don't always live by that, but I believe it. Again, like even with the, if you got low views on your YouTube channel, like it is what it is. Like deal with what you got until you get where you're going. And for somebody else, they may have every time they go live, they got this going on or they got that going on. And that's beautiful. But like there's nothing wrong with just, and again, and go back to the title of the video, just being yourself and being proud of who you are and where you're at. Like I think that's the good old fashioned way that A, America was built, and B, people like a real man thinks and acts and feels. Like that's true integrity. Like I did this, I built this. I don't care. Like if I build like a tree house and it's not beautiful, but I'm like, at least I tried and at least it looked like this and you could climb up it still. It's like two people could be doing the same thing, but then people always got a tendency to look over their shoulder and look at this person doing this and look at that person doing that. It's almost inevitable. It seems almost inevitable. Inevitable. I don't think it is inevitable. I think the way I was raised by women, even though they didn't really wasn't hands on, but they was around. Like it seems inevitable to care what other people got going on. It seems inevitable, but in reality, it's when you're a kid, yes, it is kind of inevitable. But as you hit 18 and up, that's a choice, bro. That's a choice. Like if I want to vlog every day for the rest of my life, or go live, that's a choice. I don't have to be focusing on what Lil Bow Wow is doing on fucking uh Love Island or some shit. I don't even know what fuck characters is on Love Island, but I just don't have to engage in things that don't make me a better person. And that's what a lot of people don't know. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. I don't have to engage. The word engage, let me type in the word engage real quick because the word engage is a tricky word. Because engage sounds like I'm actually turning on the TV myself and doing that shit. But there's a lot of forms of engagement. That a lot of people don't know. Engage. Absorb. Engross. Enlist. Contact. Like the term, you are who you hang with. Well, I'm alone every day. So I'm myself. You're right about that. I am myself. My whole point for saying everything I just said before I go was basically that it's easy to engage in whatever's in your environment, and the average person never really is just thorough enough to not do that shit. It's hard, but nonetheless, me personally, I think it takes a real level of like control and self-esteem to not do that. So really, a lot of people cry about the environment, but their environment is actually a blessing if you look at it the right way. Like it helps you to learn not to engage in things that don't deserve engagement. Where there's no challenge, there's no what they say. Um, forgot the word. Like you can't upheaval or win anything if there's no challenge. Like the challenge is your environment is not the best one. It's not bad, it's not good, but it's not the best one. And it's not something that, is sustainable in most cases. But as long as you sustain your integrity, you know what I'm saying, and move diligently and smart, you could really, not be caught up in certain things. And I think a lot of people get caught up in certain things. That's all I'm trying to say in this video, for real, for real. And again, a lot of times the reason they get caught up in certain things is because um, it's many reasons, in my opinion. But like even in this, I don't know if it was this channel or an old channel that likes to talk about like therapy and shit. Like a lot of guys need therapy. They go to therapy. Like therapy is another gateway that could help people to have things to do outside of sitting still. I think sitting still is the worst thing. I think that's the worst thing. Thank you for the likes. I think sitting still is the worst thing people do. Unless you're meditating or doing yoga or practicing stillness or being a stoic. I think like sitting still is like probably possibly the worst thing you could do. You know what I'm saying? Like, because again, the word engaged is to be engrossed in something. And sometimes, like no one, like I think scientifically, people found out that water is alive. So water is an alive thing. It's not like water seems dead, but it's alive. But that makes me think like air is also alive, right? Anything on earth is alive. So like if you're breathing in bad air, what are you're engaging in that, but you don't think of it like that. You think of it like I was born here, I live here, this is my environment, this is my house, this is my neighborhood. But like you don't think like that. Maybe my neighborhood is like not the right thing. You know what I'm saying? If that makes any sense for y'all who gonna watch this video back, like maybe that's the case. But see, it takes a level of intelligence to even think like that. It takes a level of intelligence to even like understand that. And it's just like a lot of people don't understand it. So it's like when you even think like that, you're the only person probably thinking. Not saying you're the only person, but like say like you're thinking about that shit and as you're thinking about it, but just because you think about it don't mean you know what you want to do about it yet, if that makes sense. And like I said, for all y'all who want to travel, traveling is a great thing to actually, in my opinion, combat some of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, like you should be opposed to the fact that your environment is not conducive towards your growth. You should be. What makes a good environment? A lot of people don't even know. Makes a good environment. Let me search that up real quick. What makes a good environment? Before we get out of here, what makes a good environment? Safety and stability, support and respect, growth and opportunity, balance and energy flow, alignment with values, connection and belonging. We're going to talk about this tomorrow. We're going to talk about this shit. Because a lot of this shit matter, bro, because a lot of people don't understand, like, even when I talk about I'm a lifestyle and dating coach, But I typically take up more of the dating like dynamics when I'm talking to y'all, but it's really the environment too, because a guy that's in a conducive environment is naturally gonna be fucking hoes. That's what a lot of guys don't know. But like it's obvious, but it's also very like inobvious because most people are engaging in their environment without them knowing. Like most guys are actually engaged with the environment. Like they don't think like maybe there's a chance that like I'm not feeling my environment, but I'm just in it. But I'm gonna talk to y'all about that shit tomorrow, man. Like, comment, subscribe, Game Like Will, Lifestyle Coach Day and Coach all the above. Hopefully y'all like it. Shout out to the two people that's in this mug. I'm gonna see y'all tomorrow, man. I'm gone.